not. She's still on alternate status.
I mean, they're favorites.
Live on YouTube. Hello and welcome to New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. Kelly McDonald here with you. I've got Tim Fuller with me in the booth, helping me out here with some color commentary. Tim, welcome.
It's great to be here. Got a great game on hand. Top 10 matchup. Not every day you get to see a great matchup in any sport at this level. So, great to be here, Kelly, along with your side. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to having you, and we'll have the kickoff here. Still got about 10 minutes before kickoff. That gives us a chance to talk about the Broncos and talk about the season so far. Broncos come into the game with 2 wins and 1 loss, 1 win within the conference. And looking at their schedule previously, they started off the year with a win versus St. George, followed up with a loss at Snow, and then last week a win at Navarro from Corsicana, Texas. And, of course, today's opponent will be Kilgore College and this Ranger football team, which is currently ranked 3rd. Kilgore College comes in moving up 1 spot from the previous week, moving up from the 4 spot to the 3 spot. They're 2-0 on the season. And I got it right here. Their 2 victories came, real good victory against Tyler, Texas. Tyler doing a little better than expected, but they're still down. I think they're ranked 15th this week, but they beat Tyler, Texas 49-35. That was on August 26th. And then September 9th last week, they took care of Northeast Oklahoma A&M College 48-0. So they're coming off a big win. New Mexico Military coming off a big win. So should have a good one. As you said, this is a matchup of top 10 teams in the national rankings for junior college football. New Mexico Military Institute moving up 4 spots from 14 to 10 after their victory over Navarro. The top team in the nation is the Hutchinson Community College team, just barely eking out Iowa Western Community College, a perennial powerhouse. Both of those schools with a 3-0 record, and very close in the voting there for first and second place. As I said, Kilgore comes in at number 3, followed by Jones College at 4, Trinity Valley at 5, Iowa Central Community at 6, Snow, which defeated the Broncos 2 weeks ago. They're the number 7 team in the state. They move up 2 spots this week. Number 8's Mississippi Coast Gulf Coast Community College, followed by Lackawanna. That was the opponent in the Wool Bowl last season. And partner, if I could get you to pay attention to the coin flip that they're going to do right now, so we can tell who's going to be kicking off, who's going to be receiving, who's going to be deferring most likely. Lackawanna was at 9. As I said, the Broncos are at 10 this week, moving up. 11 is Northwest Mississippi Community College. 12 is Butler Community College out of Kansas. 13 is East Mississippi Community College. 14 is Garden City, also out of Kansas Community College. And 15 is Tyler. So a lot of the teams that are on the Broncos schedule reside in this top 15 in the nation. And I think actually the highest ranked team that they're going to face on the schedule this year is Kilgore. So this is going to be a tough one for the Broncos, but I think it'll be a good one.
So Kilgore has won the toss, and they've elected to defer, and they'll be kicking from the south to the north. The speaking captain for the Rangers tonight was Chris Marshall, listed 6'3", out of Missouri City, Texas. So 6'3", 205 pounds, running the perimeter as a wide receiver for the Kilgore Rangers. And the speaking captain tonight for the Broncos was number 4, Travian Beeman, also a wide receiver. Beeman's listed at 5'10", 165. He comes out of St. Augustine, Florida. Interesting stat about Travian Beeman, he's currently listed as the number 1 in junior college, the number 1 receiver for touchdown receptions at 8. Beeman averages 91 yards per game, gives him 15 yards per catch on average. He has 18 total receptions on the season for 273 yards. So, Kelly, his presence on the perimeter tonight is going to be a key for the Broncos to get the ball moving and get Kilgore. Their offense has to stay off the field, and I think Beeman is going to be very helpful for the Broncos in getting offensive success.
Well, if they've got any kind of chance, I have to agree with you. They're going to have a big day from Travion Beeman. They're also going to have a big day from Kobe Muasau, and this is a 2-year starter, second year starting for this Bronco club, and they kind of go as he goes. When he has a good game, they're usually in it or win it, and when he struggles, usually the outcome is the opposite, but we're just about ready to go here. Still some time on the clock, but I think they are going to go ahead and start, and they're going to kill that clock. Let's see, game time technically isn't for another 2 minutes. We've got a beautiful day here in Roswell, New Mexico at the Wool Bowl. I'm showing 77 degrees, which is absolutely chilly for around here lately. Actually, it's dropped down to 76. Not much of a breeze, but we'll take 76 all day long.
I'm upset at myself. I had my hoodie in the back of my car. I said the sun's out, I'm not going to need it. But in pristine summer mindset, I completely forgot around here. When the sun goes down, it just cools off.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I'm cold.
Right.
So.
Hopefully we can put that off.
Yep.
But like you mentioned, Kilgore, and or you were talking about Kobe Muasau. So we mentioned Beeman right now, number 1 in receiving, touchdown receptions in all junior college. Muasau right now is number 1 in all touchdown passes. On the season, 12 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, a 176 pass rating, 227 yards a game, which is up 60 yards per game from last year. Certainly plays into the element of the Broncos' success this season.
All right, we're set for the kickoff, and it looks like it's going to be number 50 kicking off, and that's Cashin Cooper from Frisco, Texas. Number 50 He'll be kicking to Andre Hall. And Andre Hall, a dangerous return man as well as a good speedy receiver as well. So here we go. About to start things off. I think they've got the clock ready, and there is the kick. It is long and almost through the end zone, about 7 yards deep. They'll let it go, and the Broncos will start at the 20-yard line with Kobe Muasau. And I'll tell you what, Coach Tafalsau has just tremendous confidence in Kobe Muasau, but there has been some play from the backup quarterback this year, and that is Kieran Meyer. Kieran Meyer has gotten in the game. He has been effective when he's been in there, so I don't expect to see him in a close game, but you never know. They could rotate him out. We'll see what happens. Here we go. We got twins right, twins left. Muasau going to start with a screen to Andre Hall, and Hall is going to get a nice gain on first down. Depending on the spot, looks like it's going to be 8 yards for Andre Hall.
Julian Payne for the Rangers, number 26, 6'1", 205, credited with the tackle.
All right, quick to the line go the Broncos. They like to play that up-tempo. They're going to run it this time. And close to first down yardage is Montage Joseph, I believe. Oh, and he's slow to get up here.
It does look like it's going to be enough for the first down. They had to get to the 35. I think he just got there. The official's going to signal a timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be an injury timeout. They're going to place the ball with the tip on the 35. So that should be enough for the first down as they move the markers. So if this is a significant injury to Montage Joseph, there are other options for the Broncos. You got Zahir Favors, the freshman running back. He is second on the team in rushing attempts and rushing yards. Third would be Muasau. Obviously not an option at running back, but the next option would probably be Artesia native Luis Pondo. Pondo has 8 rushes, 26 yards for an average of 3 yards a carry, which is pretty decent. That's about 4th on the team on yards per carry. So let's see. Joseph comes off the field, and can't see the number at the moment, but we'll get you the new running back here momentarily. Going to go everybody out to the left this time on 1st and 10, and it's going to be another screen, and that is going to be number 4, Beeman. And Beeman adds to his totals with about 8 yards again on first down. So this is the way you move the football. You get good yardage on first down. It opens up that playbook considerably.
The Broncos had a tight end on that play, and they decided to throw a quick screen pass away from the tight end. That's going to be their second pass of the drive, their third total play of the drive.
All right, they're going to go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left this time with the tight end on the right, and now the back goes in motion. They're going to come this way and look down the field. He's taking a shot wide open is Beeman. All he's got to do is catch it and run the end zone, and he will. Touchdown Broncos as Travion Beeman adds to his nationwide leading touchdown total there. He's going to go in for the score. How long was that one? About
57 is what I count. So
yard. All right, 57-yard touchdown strike. Yeah, just got away from the defenders. I don't know if safety thought the corner had him and vice versa, but he got open, and it was just an easy pitch and catch for the 57-yard score. And here is the kicker from Oxfordshire, England. That's Joseph Newton-Grain, the freshman. Kick is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 Broncos here in the early going. We're just less than a minute into the ball game. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks for tuning in to Bronco Football on KSVPTV.com.
Check it out. Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Roswell, New Mexico. New Mexico Military Institute Broncos take an early lead on the number 3 ranked Kilgore College Rangers. They take the first drive 80 yards down the, well,
4 plays, 86 yards, capped off by a 57-yard post route. Caught by Beeman, thrown by Muasau.
yeah, I'm just thinking that must have been an 80-yard drive because we started with a touchback,
That's right.
I believe. So,
I told you my math was
that's
somehow
fine. That's fine.
rusty. Give me a drive here to break the rust off the math.
All right, here's Newton Grain with the kickoff. He's going to kick it to about the 5, and it's fumbled at the 5. Chance to pin him deep here if they can get to the return man. And they're going to get him at around the 10-yard line. They're going to give him progress to the 10, and it looks like that is Zeke Freeman, wide receiver out of Arlington, Texas, with the return. But the fumble and the late start there for him is going to pin him inside the 10. They're going to say the 9. And this Bronco defense with a chance here to get the offense back on the field quickly.
I'm still trying to calculate how my math is wrong. I guess it'd be 75. They had a 7-play, 3-play, 8-play, and 57-yard play. They don't call me the human calculator for nothing up here, Kelly.
All right, here we go. This is, and I should have had that. This is,
Number 2, Cameron.
thank you.
24 is the one that's going to get the carry.
Okay, I was looking for the quarterback. Cameron Peters is the quarterback, and he hands the ball off to 24 Dominique Williams, and at some point tonight I will call him Dominique Wilkins probably, but Dominique Williams with the carry out of Marshall, Texas, freshman, 5'10", 185. This is a tall quarterback they have in Cameron Peters. They list him at 6'4" and 215 from Houston, so he'll be able to see over that huge line for sure. He's got 2 receivers to his right, and one in the backfield is going to hand it off again, and the Broncos are on it. Can be a loss of about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. So we'll see how the pass defense, we're assuming it'll be a pass here on 3rd and long. See how the pass defense looks, but what do you think about the start here for the Broncos?
Interesting note about Peters. Week 1 of the junior college season, he was listed as the offensive player of the week. He had 427 yards in the Rangers' blowout victory against Tyler in week 1.
Was that total yards or?
That's correct. 383 through the air and the rest on the ground.
Right. He is a dual threat quarterback to be sure. He is going to be looking to throw here, but he may have to run, and now he's just going to have to go down. That's going to be a sack, 3-yard loss, and it's going to be a 3 and out for the Rangers. So great start here for the Broncos as they march down the field after taking the opening kickoff and score a touchdown. And now the defense is forced to 3 and out, looking to have good field position.
Johnny Fano with the Broncos, he's the one that was on that pursuit, and the pursuit and not giving Peters time to set his feet and find receivers downfield is absolutely mandatory tonight for the Broncos. And there we saw the Bronco defense getting after Peters, couldn't set his feet, uncomfortable out of the pocket, sacked for a loss of 3.
All right, they have a 3-protector format here for the punt, and they will get it off. It's pretty short. It will bounce. We'll see if the Broncos stay away. They do. It's going to come to a stop there just inside. That would be Ranger territory at the 49, I should say. We'll just stay right here, not go to break. 11:34 remains here in the first quarter with the Broncos leading 7-0 over Kilgore College. And this is an ideal start for Coach DeFalsau and the Broncos, looking for the upset here at home against Kilgore and looking to move up in those rankings. And Muasau will take over now. He's got one back to his left tight end on the left side as well. It's going to be another screen, this time to Andre Hall, and a nice tackle made there by Julian Callahan. He is from Jonesboro, Louisiana, a freshman, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
So there's a pass, goes for, we say 0 on the play.
Yeah, one of those none yards plays. All right, Muasau back now. Zahir Flowers is the running back in the game, replacing Montage Joseph. We'll see if he returns or if he's out for the game. And run up the middle, gets very little, if any. They're going to spot it near the line of scrimmage again. Bring up 3rd and long. This is kind of go-for-it territory, even with a long down and distance.
Interesting there on that last play, Kelly. The Broncos, they had a trip set formation to the near side into the Kilgore sideline. They decided to run away from it. Makes you think they're going to try to set something up later on in the ballgame.
Well, they should have single coverage out here to the right if they want it. Now they bring a receiver towards the middle, and Muasau flushed, and now he looks deep, and not sure who that was to. You had 2 receivers going to the same spot, which is never a good thing.
Well, the defender covering number 83, Chris Harbin, who was also a captain this afternoon for the Broncos. Number 5, Zeke Freeman, we've called his name tonight. I believe he's number 5 on the pass breakup, that far side cornerback for the Rangers. It appeared to be a number 5. He's on the pass breakup, and like we called 83 for the Broncos, Harbin, the intended receiver. That is going to be Muasau's first miss on the night.
All right, that is going to bring Jin Kang back to punt, and he gets off an absolutely terrible punt. That is going to be single-digit yards on that punt. That is going to be a punt of 9 yards. So completely off the foot for the kid from South Korea. So let's hope that is a one-time thing. And now Kilgore College with decent field position as the Broncos have 2 plays for no yards and an incompletion on really a busted play. I mean, you had Beeman and you had the big, and I mean big, wide receiver Harbin in the same spot. So it's on the defense again to get another stop as Cameron Peters, the tall quarterback, in the pistol now. Got Caden Meredith behind him. I need to get adjusted here where I can read these tiny names. And a nice play on first down again for Caden Meredith.
Meredith is going to just come around the outside, and he's really going to just find the isolation that his linemen are setting up for him. That's something that they tried to set up based on their own goal line. They didn't have any room to breathe, and if you'll notice, they're running away from their sideline. They ran into the boundary that time. The ball's still going to be on the left hash, so it is something to watch. They continue to run into the boundary, of course, trying to set something up on the Broncos defensively.
Yeah, we're playing the college hash marks here, so it's actually inside where the individual hash marks are, but looks a little strange. And here's a deep shot down the left sideline, and yeah, that's going to be interference because he's not turned around looking for the ball. So I believe that was that is going to be Stilton McKelvey. He's going to get called for pass interference. And now Kilgore College is going to be threatening. Not a great ball, underthrown, and really if McKelvey can get turned around, he's got a chance to pick it off. But
I was going to say the defense is really good. He's in position. He's running step by step with him. And we saw that play was set up by a play action. And that's something like the last play, the Rangers did a great job coming off of a run with. They set up a play action. Phoenix, the intended receiver, is able to draw the penalty on the point you observed about the ball being underthrown.
Yeah, I think if he gets that down the field a little farther, that's got a better chance of being caught, but kind of got bailed out by the defender there.
I agree.
All right, so we're going to stay in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And the back is Caden Meredith. He'll fake to Meredith and throw to Meredith. He's wide open. It's going to be a touchdown, Kilgore. What a beautifully executed play. Fake the ball to Meredith and then run him out down the sideline for the touchdown. And Kilgore College has answered right back. It's 7-6 Broncos pending the extra point here.
Something that we have to keep an eye on. If the Broncos defense wants to do their job tonight, they must avoid the penalties. That drive was kept alive, gave the Rangers a huge momentum boost on the 15-yard pass interference penalty. The Broncos can't be stacking those up tonight if they want a chance.
All right, here's Baldazzo, Chris Baldazzo, the kicker, and it is up and it is good. So we have a tie game here with 9:30 left in the first quarter, 7-7, Broncos and Kilgore. Thanks for tuning in to KSVPTV.com. We will be right back.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
All right, welcome back to Wool Bowl, Roswell, New Mexico, New Mexico Military Institute Broncos and the Kilgore College Rangers. And we got a 7-7 ball game here. The number 3 ranked Rangers coming into the Wool Bowl today, taking on the 10th ranked Broncos. And we've had a good offensive series, a good defensive series, and a bad defensive series. So we'll see if we can get another good offensive one when we take the lead here. But this Kilgore team, after falling behind early, have answered right back. And maybe we're going to have a good one here today. I hope so. Here is the kickoff. And this one might be returnable. That is going to be Andre Hall trying to use the speed. Forces his way out past the 15 to the 16-yard line. And the kickoff man is Cashin Cooper. Handling the kicks for points looks like is going to be Chris Baldazzo. So they're going to split up the kicking duties.
So an interesting point to observe, Kilgore had terrible field position starting their second drive, and then they had better field position. And now the Broncos have bad field position. And so there doesn't seem to be a field position winner quite yet.
Not yet. Both teams have been forced to start deep in their own territory here. We'll see how they respond. And there is a drop by Andre Hall, pass just beyond his fingertips. I think I'd still categorize it as a drop. Could have got 3 or 4. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Muasau getting the play in from the backup quarterbacks who wear the fluorescent yellow pennies and signal in the plays from Coach Muasau. Going to go twins left and right here. From the pistol, Muasau going to take a shot for Beeman, and Beeman could not find it. I think he has a chance there. I don't think he located it very well towards the end. What do you think?
No, it looks like, too, the Rangers, that's the second time that I can count, the third time if we consider the post route, that the Broncos have taken a shot deep. It looks like Kilgore is playing a zone coverage, sitting on the underneath routes, and so it looks like the Broncos are trying to exploit that zone coverage over the top. I think that's why we've seen some of the persistence of the Broncos coming over the top. However, take note, now they have a tight end on the field. Let's see how that changes things.
And they have trips, but now they're going to bring one receiver in and now back. That's Beeman. And Muasau flushed. He's in trouble. He's going to try and run it, try to get part of the first down. That's a little late. Very close there.
Well, it's an aggressive hit. I think going to be credited with the tackle, probably Wilburn Smallwood. Number 2, he's listed as a defensive lineman, 6'3", 225, but he moved like one of the most athletic guys on the field. And like you noted, their Muasau needed 10, comes up with half of it. So we talk about field position. Let's see how this kick is going to result for the Broncos. We'll add to the conversation.
Yeah, they need a good one here in order to flip the field as much as possible. And they had a terrible punt the first time. Here's Kang back, and another terrible punt from Kang as he kicks it out of bounds, and that one is only going to net them 18 yards at the most. So we have an issue with the punting game today. This has not been an issue before in previous Bronco games either that I've called or to my knowledge. So be interesting to see what they do here. I mean, that's two of the worst punts I've ever seen.
And you just can't put this Kilgore offense that scored 48 last week and 49 on game one, giving them this type of field position really puts the Bronco defense, their backs against the wall when they already have a very insurmountable defensive challenge. I don't know if insurmountable is the word, a difficult challenge.
Yeah, much more difficult. And Kang is the only punter listed on the roster. You assume maybe that maybe Newton Grain can punt, but as of now, the only punter that they show, and that's good pursuit there. Minimal gain for Meredith, I believe.
CJ Tualua is going to be credited with the tackle. He's a linebacker out of Hawaii. On that last play, interesting note, the guard and the tackle play side pull the opposite direction. Not very often do you see teams run a power play or an off-tackle play and pull the guard and tackle of that side. What they're trying to do is get the linebacker's eyes moving. Linebackers are supposed to be reading those keys, flow with them the other way, and then Kilgore's trying to take advantage of that by moving the running back to the other side. But, like you mentioned, good pursuit sets up second down.
And it was Trey Epps, the running back, actually, and not the starter Meredith, who's in the game right now. We're going to have a penalty on Kilgore. It is going to be a procedure penalty, so they will back up 5. That will kill all of the yardage plus 1 that they got on first down. I'm going to bring up 2nd and 11. This Kilgore team, a lot of weapons on offense, high-scoring team, as you mentioned. 2-0 on the season. 2-0 on the season, and both very high-scoring games. So you got to be careful this offense. They can put up numbers in bunches, and they can do it quickly. So they're second long here. Going to be pistol again. They're going to fake the handoff and throw the screen, and that is a forward pass, so it will be incomplete to the intended receiver. That's Zeke Freeman out of Arlington, Texas, and Zeke knows he should have had that one. They could have picked up probably not a first down depending on the tackling, but that could have been positive yardage.
And now comes the tight end, number 89, Joel Jamison, and in his place is going to be 82, wide receiver DeQuavius Bowens. Interesting personnel note on 3rd and long. Not the big package, but the speedy, small wide receivers.
Yeah, he's a little guy. And going to get a pass here. Pass rush is coming, and a nice pass for a first down close to the 30. See where they spot it. Probably give him about the 31. And that was Michael Phoenix on the catch. 6'1", 200-pound receiver from Conroe, Texas. A nice route, nice pass, and Kilgore moves the chains. That was going to be a good opportunity to get him off the field, and instead they've got a first down after facing the 2nd and long.
It looked like just a curl pattern. They go to the chains, sit down, find the spot, hit them, first down.
Yep, well executed. All right, here is Peters from that pistol formation. A little misdirection with the running back Epps. And Trey Epps able to pick up about 2 yards, maybe 2.5. Epps out of Kilgore, Texas. Hometown boy making good there. He's a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore running back. So this will be his final season at his hometown college, and hopefully he can move on to the next level. All right, same formation. They run most of their plays out of similar formations. They got twins this time, and this will be a keeper on. He's got a guy open and overthrows him, and he's upset with himself. Cameron Peters, good fake, and he rolled out looking like he was going to keep it himself and just run, which he does often, but then he had a receiver come open, and he just missed him. Just threw it over everybody's heads.
Unitow for the Broncos, listed at 6'2", 295, and he was on the pursuit, like we talked about on that very first drive. Getting Peters uncomfortable in the pocket is something all 11 Broncos are going to have to do tonight, even the big 295-pound lineman.
All right, here's Peters from the shotgun. Pistol, I should say, looking for a receiver, nobody open, and now, boy, what a tight window and a nice catch made by Zach Freeman as Peters, he had a couple of people open, had a couple of options there. He opted for kind of a tough window to throw through, but threaded the needle perfectly, and that sets Kilgore up for a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And it looks like they also kind of running a no huddle is Kilgore. They just get the signal in from the sideline, much like the Broncos do. Taking their time here. Play clock down to 12. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single back is Trey Epps. They'll screen to Epps. And Epps able to break a couple of tackles. He's going to push his way to about the 4. We'll check on the spot.
It looked like the first man there was number 32, Churchill Williams. Had him in the backfield, what would have been a loss, but it's one of those very nifty plays out in space, and that's part of Kilgore's offensive philosophy. They want to get you out in space, they want to spread you out, and they want to make you miss. And that time, they did a very good job of it.
They did. So that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. It looks like right at the 4-yard line. Here's Peters. And going to try to keep it himself. He's going to be caught in the backfield. Looks like that was number 23, Caden Quinones. No, Rylan Ma'ae, one of the Hawaiian contingency here. Outside linebacker making the tackle in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal from the 5. So Broncos need to get a stop here. Maybe hold them to a field goal attempt if they can, or force them to go for it. Peters in the pistol. And he's going to throw for the touchdown. Catch made by number 11, Alden Bradley. Alden Bradley from Spring, Texas. Nice sized receiver, 6'2", 185, and just ran a little slant there and got it done.
That's all it is, just a little slant route. And the Broncos they play a 3-4 defense, but that time they brought 6 is what it appeared. Seemed like Kilgore had prepared for the Broncos to really defend inside well, and so they countered that presence inside. Like you mentioned, man-to-man outside, a simple slant route, pitch and catch. They can do that at any level.
Here's Baldazzo. Kick is up, kick is good, so second score of the game for the Rangers. They lead the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos 14-7. We've got 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. You're watching KSVPTV.com and Bronco Football. We'll be right back.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Calichi's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calichi's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calichi's on North Main in Roswell. Roswell's newest spot to chill out.
All right, we are back at the Wool Bowl, New Mexico Military Institute. Bronco football, they trail Kilgore College 14-7. Kilgore kicking off here, and it is number 50, Cashin Cooper with the kick. It's going to bounce at the 1, a perfect kickoff, and Andre Hall has to try to make something out of nothing there. He gets out to about the 11. They're going to give him the Well, they might give him the 13. But, boy, what a kick. That ball bounced straight up in the air at the 1 foot line. And, I mean, you can't take a chance there. You've got to field it and get what you can out of it. But
the odds
tough break
of that happening are slim to none. I mean, you'd like to sit here and just point all the fingers at Andre, but realistically, he took the last one out, got back to this position, wisely said, the next one that looks like that, I'll let it go over my head. He does that, Kelly, and we're still starting at the same spot.
Yeah, he played it right, actually. Maybe you field it out of the air, have the awareness that you're at the 1 yard line, but I agree. That's a tough break, and that is going to be – I thought it said number 0 carrying the ball, but that can't be right. Let's see who the ball carrier is. There's no gain on the play, maybe 1.
20.
20, okay. We haven't had 20 in the game yet.
Joel Jones.
That is Joel Jones, the Georgia native, freshman running back, so using a couple of backups with the injury to Montage Joseph. All right, here is Muasau. Quick out of the backfield, and with running room is Andre Hall, and he's going to be near first down yardage. I think he's going to have it. And they're saying move the chain, so nice completion there. Muasau under pressure, but finds Andre Hall with the little crossing route. And to the line quickly are the Broncos. Here's Muasau. Oh, fakes the screens, got Beeman. And Beeman can't break the tackle, but he's got a big gain. Gain of about 25 as he's out across midfield to the Kilgore 48. Let's see if they continue to go fast here. I think they should. I think this is when they're at their best offensively. Muasau ready. And quickly another screen. And this will be Andre Hall again. And Andre with another big gain, about 14 yards. And the Broncos on the move. And Kilgore trying to get subs in, but it's hard to do, and that's by design. The Broncos want to try to keep them from subbing. They do replace 2 on that play, maybe 3. And now the officials get them ready to play. Muasau looks, and here's a little shot into the flat, and still on his feet is the big tight end, and that is number 8, Noah Armijo out of Taos, New Mexico. And I say big, listed at 6'5" and 250. He is a nice-sized target out there for Muasau. And in about less than a minute here, the Broncos have gone from deep in their own territory to threatening to score. They run the ball here to Joel Jones. And Jones will pick up a couple down to about the 5 yard line, maybe the 6.
The Broncos must finish drives inside the red zone. That's going to be a priority, something to watch for throughout the ballgame.
Here's Muasau. Fake's going to take it himself. Now he's going to look to throw. Got a Beeman wide open. And that's just improvisation right there. And that's one of the strengths of Kobe Muasau. Touchdown Broncos. Muasau to Beeman. And we'll have the extra point here to see if the Broncos can tie it up. But how impressive was that drive?
Chunk plays. Chunk plays was the name of the game, that drive for the Broncos. Listen to this, 10, 26, 14, and 20. All those chunk plays coming through the air. Now, it is going to be something to watch. The Bronco defense, like you mentioned, they were off the field for about 1 minute. What's going to be the stamina of this Bronco defense? I'm excited to watch that next possession. But like you mentioned, very impressive drive with chunk plays.
All right, that's Joseph Newton-Grain with the extra point. It is good. Broncos have tied the game. 2:48. We're still in the first quarter, and we've had 4 touchdowns already. Thanks for tuning in to Bronco Football on KSVPTV.com. We'll be right back.
Hey Roswell, want to work at the coolest new hotspot in town this summer? Calichi's is hiring. This is your chance to be a part of one of New Mexico's most famous local businesses. They offer flexible hours, lots of chances for advancements and raises, and a work environment that's fast-paced and people-focused. Come join the mission to be the most famous treat destination in all of the Southwest. Stop by Calichi's on North Main in Roswell and pick up an application today. Calichi's. Fresh, fun, and friendly since 1996. Calichi's is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos have tied the game against Kilgore College with a 5-yard strike from Kobe Muasau to Travion Beeman. Beeman with 2 touchdowns in the game already, adding to his national leading touchdown total in junior college football. All right, kickoff to the 10, and the Broncos are down there relatively quickly, but a decent run back across the 25. We'll see where they spot it. And as you said before, the defense was not off the field for very long. So I know Coach Tafalsau does rotate players on defense. He's got a nice sized roster here. But we'll see if the starters, the regulars, we'll see if they look gassed here or not. They didn't get a normal rest.
Looked like Feeman, a wide receiver, number 5. He's going to be the one that was on that run back. He's also the one that we saw fumble or bobble the earlier run back in the game.
He's been active because he caught that ball on the last drive for Kilgore in that tight window as well. This is going to be a running play, and it's going to be decent 4 or 5. I believe that's number, well, it's not. If it's number 21, that must be Wilkins. I saw 21. It's probably 24.
Interesting to note, Olafipo, number 30 for the Broncos. He's the outside linebacker on the bottom of your screen. He's going to be coming off the end, but what I find interesting is that Peters is not reading him. He didn't read him on that last play. That was a design run up the middle all the way with no option available for Peters to pull it and run.
All right, here's Peters. He's going to fake it and lose the football, and he'll just have to fall on it. So that was supposed to be a fake to the receiver. Maybe an RPO, but it didn't really look like it, as Peters was just kind of standing in the pocket to make that fake handoff. But maybe the running back thought he was getting it, tried to pull it away from him. Either way, it's going to be a loss on the play. And once again, a chance for the Broncos here as they have a 3rd and 8 to work with here. Got to think it's pass. It's going to be 2 receivers to the left, a tight end and a receiver to the right, and I think it's still Dominique Williams. I told you I'd do it.
You did.
I
jinxed
told you
yourself.
I'd do it. Dominique Williams in the backfield. It will be pass, and here comes the pressure, and it's going to be a big sack for this defense.
41, Abner Elias. No, that's the wrong 41. That is the defensive back. We want to look for the defensive lineman, number 41, Leon Mueller. What's interesting, is that how you would pronounce that? Mueller?
I would say Leon Mueller.
Mueller. All right, there we go. The Broncos up front with their defensive line that time. They did a crisscross technique, and it worked perfectly. Kilgore's offensive line couldn't pick up the cross that the defensive line put together. Looked great. That's a 3 and out now for the Kilgore Rangers.
So Andre Hall back to receive the punt from Baldazzo. Does the field goal kicking and the punting, and he gets off a good one considering he was rushed, and that could be a block in the back, but no flag. And it will come to rest about the 47-yard line. That's where the Broncos will take over. So the Broncos with a chance here to get back out in the lead. They had really their best drive of the game. Last time they went quick. They got it in chunks, as you said, and Muasau was able to keep the same 11 defenders for Kilgore on the field. They did get 1 substitution in that last drive, and that was it. So let's see if they can do that again here as they start with really good field position.
Touchdown, punt, touchdown is where the Broncos are coming into their 5th offensive drive.
All right, here's Muasau, one back there with him. He's going to keep it, go up the middle, and get a decent gain on first down. Looks like you're going to give him 3 or 4 depending on the spot. And haven't seen a lot of design runs with Muasau, but it's definitely in the arsenal. And here they go quick again. Here's the screen, and it's going to be Andre Hall with room. Andre down the sideline. He's to the 20, the 15, and run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. They're discussing about the 11. So a great big hitter to Andre Hall there. And Andre Hall, looking at the stats on the season, Andre Hall, the third leading receiver for the Broncos so far this year behind Beeman and Armijo. But he's been a factor, and they're going quick. And timeout, Kilgore. Is it timeout or is it the quarter? They indicated timeout, but is the quarter expired?
Perplexing.
It
because,
is.
as you mentioned, the quarter has expired, so that's going to take us. There's no time on the clock if the officials honor that. But they also indicated the timeout signal to Kilgore.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. And in the meantime, we'll take a little break here. After one period of play, it's 14-14. Tie game here, Broncos and the Rangers of Kilgore College. KSVPTV.com. We'll be right back.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
All right, welcome back to Bronco football here at the Wool Bowl on a very nice Saturday afternoon here in September, and a great football game we got going on right now. We got a tie right now as we head to the second quarter, 14-14, and the Broncos threatening again. Going to run a little misdirection here, and it will be Andre Hall again, and he's going to pick up about half of what he needed there. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
Penalties on the play.
Oh, so that won't count, likely.
A conference. We were discussing whether or not they charged him. According to the official scorekeeper, they did not charge Kilgore with the timeout, so they will keep all three of their timeouts.
And that's just being nice by the officials, in my opinion, because they obviously called one because the referee indicated that it was timeout Kilgore. And, that's just, if you're a head coach, you got to be aware of the clock there and not call a timeout when there's 2 seconds left in the quarter. So I didn't see the indication on the...
A 10-yard holding penalty.
Okay.
I think it's going to go on the tight end, Noah Armijo, out of Taos. He was on the play side. The Broncos trying to get outside. Armijo was the one who, with him and his defender, came crashing down, and the penalty flag abruptly made its presence.
All right, here's Muasau. He is in the pistol. He's going to look to pass here. Stumbles, finds his footing, and misses an open receiver, and that was big Noah Armijo.
That's what it looks like. Now I'm starting to sympathize with your problem with these jerseys. They can crumple up, and they can roll up on the players, and next thing you know, the 8s become 6s, and the 7s become 1s.
Right.
And that's why the official statistician has a spotter on the field to directly help with that. But us, we must rely on the eyeballs,
which yours are better than mine, I'll be sure. All right, here's Muasau, and they got the defense to jump, free play, and he'll take advantage, take a shot with the fade.
Ooh.
And that's another penalty. All right, so it's going to be a take-your-pick penalty, and they're going to take the pass interference and have the ball at the 1-yard line, I believe. They also got him to jump for the 5-yard penalty, and Muasau, that's brilliant. I mean, you see that you got the defense to jump, you absolutely take your shot in the end zone, and it's going to pay off even more here They'll decline the offsides, I assume, and they will take the pass interference. Here's the official. Offsides Kilgore, declined. Pass interference Kilgore, that will be accepted. It should be a spot penalty, and we will see. So it should be first and goal at the 1, I believe. No, it's going to be the 15-yard variety, so first and goal at the 6.
Helps the Broncos tremendously. Their defense gave up a costly penalty of the like on that side of the field, and now the offense is benefiting from the opposite end result.
Here's Muasau. He's going to hand the ball off, and they'll get part of what they need there, 2 or 3 yards. I believe that's Joel Jones in the game at running back as Muasau gets the signals from the 3 yellow pennies.
And it makes you wonder sometimes, is there a decoy in one of those 3 pennies? Are they all have something valid to say, or is only one the true spokesperson of the play coming in?
Yeah, it's difficult to know. I think usually they look to be doing the same thing, and Muasau is going to be sacked here as that was a jailbreak type situation. Just a good defensive call or some kind of breakdown in the blocking as Muasau is sacked for, I want to say 7-8 yards on that one's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 11.
Jaheim Patterson, he's the one that's going to be credited with the play. 6'4", 200 pounds. Patterson is, in fact, the Kilgore tackles leader for the Rangers. It looks like there's going to be an injured Bronco on the field.
Yeah, that is Travion Beeman, so that is huge. If that injury has any kind of significance, he is limping off on his own power. Let's see. We'll keep an eye on him on the sideline. But they do have other receiving options besides the nation's leading receiver. Here's Muasau. And he's going to roll to his right, throw potentially a pick 6, just an ill-advised pass there, and it will easily be a pick 6 for number 26, and that is Julian Payne, the linebacker, as Muasau tried a little floater into double coverage. That was just a poor decision.
Well, what it looks like the Broncos are trying to do is get everybody moving to the right and then throw across the body and across the field to the tight end. It looked like the tight end on that play was the intended target, or Muho, if I'm not mistaken. And Kilgore was not surprised, not taken off guard at all. They stayed home. They stayed true to their assignments. We said Payne, 6'1", 205, and he ran that one without ever being touched, never going to be caught, never a question, especially for a guy his size. Quite impressive. But
yeah, about 93 yards on the return on the pick 6, and boy, how quickly things can change. It looked like the Broncos were about to go up 21-14, and now they're going to be down 21-14 if they convert on the extra point. Let's see what the call is here. False start on the kicking team. So they will have a little bit tougher extra point attempt here. The holder is Mason Welch. He's backup quarterback from Shreveport, Louisiana. The long snapper, I'm not sure they're going to list a long snapper, but we could look for a number on that. They're hard to see in the scrum. So now the kick of the 25-yard variety is still up and good, though, for Baldazzo. So the Kilgore Rangers take a 21-14 lead over the Broncos on the pick 6 from Julian Payne. We're going to take a break and be back for more second quarter action. KSVPTV.com and Bronco football.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Why is your above-ground pool clear and beautiful, and mine is hard to deal with and never looks quite right?
I used to have that problem too, until I found Soft Swim from BioGuard at Mays Lumber Company. It's so easy and less expensive than chlorine. Plus, it stays cleaner longer and is not hard on your skin. Just talk to Mary Jane at Mays Lumber Company. She'll set you up.
Get the full line of BioGuard pool and spa care products and even get your water tested at Mays Lumber Company on South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
All right, welcome back to Bronco football from the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. Beautiful afternoon as the Kilgore College Rangers take a 21-14 lead on the pick six. Broncos playing from behind again. And it's going to be a run back. Let's see if that was Andre Hall in the run back.
It was.
Okay, so he got a pretty decent run back out of that, out past the 20 at least. So that's where Muasau will start.
You know, the name of the game in big games like this is momentum, and it's being able to take advantage of the unique opportunities. And the Broncos are doing a great job. They're driving, they're moving down the field. They had a chunk play set up on the pass to Beeman. They're moving the ball down the field. They have it in their own end zone, and Kilgore is the one that's able to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
but the Broncos have a new opportunity.
They do, but that is a momentum killer. They had all the momentum in the game, and now it's completely lost. They're going to have to earn it back on this drive. So familiar formation, one receiver to the right, to the left. They're going to run the ball and going to get 2 or 3 with Joel Jones. So the Broncos have already had problems on the injury front. They lost starting running back Montage Joseph during the first drive, and we have not seen him back in the game. They're still working on Travion Beeman. He just got up off the table. We'll keep an eye on him. 2nd and 7, and it's going to be another run up the middle, and a decent gain is going to set up a 3rd and short as Joel Jones gets behind those big linemen.
Riley Redden, the linebacker, is going to be credited with the tackle, 6'3", 230 out of White Oak, Texas.
And flag on this play, a shot down the field, and this potentially probably would not have counted anyway as the flag came out early, and that's...
And it didn't look like the offensive lineman moved as soon as the ball was snapped. Let's see what they say here.
Could be a rare...
It's an encroachment penalty.
Yeah, so it's on. You know, when the flag comes out that early, it's often it is encroachment or offsides on the defense because it's not really a chance for anybody to hold. And if you don't see an obvious flinch or something on the offensive line, oftentimes that's the case. So Broncos will have a first down to work with here. Here's Muasau with a little pitch out to Jones. Jones looking for running room, can't find it, and he's going to be dropped for about a 1-yard loss. As number 40, that's Cal Varner III, in on the tackle.
And as a reminder, just how good this Ranger defense is. Last game, they only gave up 21 rushing yards to Northeast Oklahoma. So ground yards on the ground will be difficult to come by for the Broncos.
All right, Muasau looking to go to the air again. He's going to pitch it out ahead to the tight end, and I believe that's the big Taos native Noah Armijo, and it is, and he's banged up a little, but he's banged up more than a little. He's staying in the game, but he's hurt.
This might be one of the disadvantages of the hurry up, but the Broncos are going to make it work.
No.
Well, now they're going to get the timeout for him.
Yeah, they've got to get him out. They're going to bring in number 87, and that is Manuel Gomez, another New Mexico kid. He's out of Albuquerque, not sure which high school. But he's got good size too, 6'6" and 255. They list Gomez. So
what we saw was a crossing route, and it looked like Muasau was going through his progressions, and that dump off to the tight end was kind of his final resort, and he threw it without noticing that the backside corner had stayed home to play defense and was there to meet Armijo as soon as the pass came across.
Yeah, and he's banged up. We'll see how banged up if he can go back in the game. He's definitely one of the top offensive weapons in this passing game. All right, Muasau looking left, and now he's in trouble. Nowhere to go, but he escapes. Oh, and there's a hold, a defensive hold. This is going to be a new down and 5 yards for the Broncos. Just an obvious hold in the secondary, the shallow secondary. But so that, instead of being third down, it's going to be second down over and probably second down and 1. So here's an opportunity to take a shot here. Kobe Muasau's coming out of the game. And we are going to see backup quarterback Kieran Meyer. Oh, no, we're punting?
We're punting. I believe Kilgore had declined. The penalty was a holding penalty against the Broncos as declined by the Rangers.
All right, so I was looking at the down and distance on the scoreboard. And a third terrible punt. And there's something going on with the punter from South Korea, Jin Kang, as he has had 3 now. Well, is that Kang or is that 47 that was punting? I have to take a look at that. Jin Kang wears 48.
Yeah, there might be Joseph Newton-Grain punting. I, like you, saw 47 or a flash of a 47. We know how these numbers can roll, however.
You know what? I think they rolled out Newton-Kane for that punt.
Well, but it didn't look, what Newton-Kane looked like he did is it looked like he was kicking it watermelon style, and it just didn't come off his foot very well, as we can tell by the result of the kick.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the best punt of the day for the Broncos. Oh, and there's a hitter straight up the middle, and that is number 0, Caden Meredith, the starter, is back in the game for Kilgore. Back in the backfield there with Cameron Peters. Decent pickup on first down of about 4 yards.
And Kilgore has slowed the game down. It looks like they know the Broncos are going to play so fast, they've decided to slow the game down, take advantage of their offensive opportunities, put the game in their hands of their defense, and like I said, take advantage of these offensive opportunities.
Well, at this point, they need to get their defense a rest. And there's Meredith again for another decent gain. It's going to be 3rd and short as they run the little misdirection across the field.
And they might credit Alex Pope, who's listed as a redshirt, looked like a 38, as being the one credited with the tackle. He was closest to the runner when he went out of bounds.
All right, it's going to bring up 3rd and about 4, a long 4. Try to get the Broncos to jump on the hard count. Now they may change the play as Peters looks to the sideline. Meredith in the backfield with him. They've got Michael Phoenix out here to the right and 2 receivers out to the left, tight end to the right. And they will try to run it with Meredith, and Meredith looks like it will depend on the spot. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to have it.
He's hit in the backfield by Unitoau. We've called his name tonight, the Hawaiian, making his presence known tonight. Had him in the backfield, but of course Unitoau was fighting against the offensive lineman as well. Slowed him down enough, but by a game of inches, they say football is, and we see it there, first down Rangers.
Yeah, and I actually think that's a pretty good spot. I think his progress got him real close to the marker. 1st and 10 now as Peters looks to add to this lead from the 46-yard line of the Broncos. Going to roll out and try a shot down the sideline, and miscommunication there as had a receiver open, had Phoenix with some space, but didn't even turn around to look for the ball. So that's going to be an incompletion. And you see the tight end, Joel Jamison for Kilgore, who is a huge tight end, 6'7", 255. He's saying, what happened there, guys?
Well, what we saw is we saw Zeke Freeman coming around the opposite end. It looks like there could have been an end around on the play. Peters chose, though, to pull it from the end around, take the deep play intended for Phoenix. Like you mentioned, just completely underthrew him.
Well, but Phoenix wasn't even looking for the football either. I mean, it wouldn't matter. If he'd hit him with it, it would have literally hit him with it. And great defense by the Broncos there as they're going to get, depending on the spot, a huge, looks like about an 8-yard tackle for loss of Meredith As several Broncos in the offensive backfield on that one. It's going to bring up a big 3rd and 18. So
Leon Muller, number 41 for the Broncos, was going to be one of the first in the backfield. The edge was set, the contain was there, and it was a matter of time before the loss was in effect.
All right, looks like Kilgore is going to spread it out. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Broncos look to rush 3 here. They do. Across the middle, and hitting and not tackling, it's not going to matter. He's going to be close to the sticks. They're going to give it to him. The spot is going to be near the 35-yard line, and a first down on 3rd and 18. They pick up about 18 and a half.
So that's a slant route, and we see number 23 for the Broncos, Quinones, but he's listed as a wide receiver. Here he is, though, coming off. He was the linebacker on this side on that play. He's playing the zone. His job is the flat. So what the Rangers did is they ran a slant route behind him. They found that empty pocket, hit him, first down.
All right, Peters, they stay with the spread. Same formation. They'll go to the air again. It's a screen play that's set up and pretty well executed. Oh, he's still on his feet. Breaks a tackle and is all the way down inside the 10-yard line. That is going to be a pickup of, depending on the spot, they started at the 36 and they're going to be near the 6, so 30-ish yards. Let's see where they put the ball down.
And I want to give credit to number 74, Cameron Lambert, an offensive lineman, 6'3", 310. It's hard to ignore his presence on that screen play. He's 20 yards down the field, blocking the corner and the safeties of the Broncos. On that screen play, for it to work effectively, the offensive linemen can't just sit back. They got to get up the field. And Lambert, I noticed from the far side, from way up here, it's hard to ignore his presence, but it's also very difficult for those small safeties and corners to work through a big guy that's 310 pounds. I think that's one of the reasons why that play worked so well.
Well, and 310 pounds for this Kilgore team is one of their small offensive linemen. I mean, they've got 3 that go listed over 320. Their right tackle is listed at 6'7", 355. So these are huge linemen for Kilgore. We did have a penalty there. So Kilgore will start off at the 22 here. They still have the first down. And they stay with the same formation. This is 3 plays in a row with that spread. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Peters looking, nobody to throw to, and now he'll run it and won't get much. Has a nice ankle tackle there by the Broncos. Can't see the number that far away. 38 perhaps, and that's going to be Alex Pope maybe. And well done, both on the coverage team there and to get Peters down once he took off with the football.
I think that was a design run all the way. You won't see a spy for the Broncos, or at least on that play they didn't have a linebacker spying Peters. The dual threat quarterback picked up a few because of it.
All right, he's going to look to pass again. Nice pocket, and broken up and picked off. If he can corral it, he can. He's going to bring it out from 6 yards deep. He's down the sideline with blockers, and he's going to get all the way out to the 38-yard line. What a circus play there.
And no flags on the field. We do have an injured Bronco, but Kelly, momentum.
Wow.
The Broncos gave up a big turnover earlier in the game, and here they go. They answer back on such a crucial drive as well. That could have been a drive, which they go down 2 touchdowns to the number 3 team in the nation, but they respond back. They get the interception from 9 yards deep in the end zone. They bring it out. This is the best field position the Broncos are going to be able to start with all day, and it's almost a new football game. The wind is moved behind the Broncos' sails. They got a chance to tie it up on this drive.
Yeah, Churchill Williams, the leader of this defense, statistically shows why he is leading this team in tackles, I believe. I'm going to double check that, but Churchill Williams, who came into the game with 24 total tackles and even 12 solos and 12 assists, but picking up that big interception there, his second of the year, and bringing it all the way out to the 41-yard line. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's the momentum of the game, and we've seen so many momentum shifts here that I think we're going to have an entertaining one the rest of the way. So that is number 60, the injured Bronco, and that is Ezekiel Guzman, freshman from Lovington, 6'3" and 235. And now Muasau back on the field with good field position, trying to tie this game up. 21-14, Kilgore leads it, 6:50 left before the half. And Muasau with a tight end and a running back. That usually means a running play, and they're going to take it right up the gut off tackle, and they're going to pick up, 2 yards, 3 yards.
It's these little runs that set up the play action. They set up the little screens. If the Broncos didn't have a presence inside, the screens, the over-the-top plays wouldn't be effective. Kilgore must honor the inside run to an extent.
All right, here's Muasau from the pistol. He's going to fake the handoff and now throw the slant wide open, and went down, so he's down right there. Can't get up with the football in college. And that is number 80, I believe, Quinones, with the reception and the first down. They move the sticks. Broncos want to go quick. They do. And here's the running play. Nice solo tackle made there as Zahir Flowers with the carry. And they've kind of gone running back by committee. I have not seen Joseph back in the game, so it's been, I said Flowers as Zahir Favors and Joel Jones with the bulk of the carries. Of course, Muasau can run it too. In this balanced Bronco attack, they're going to look screen, not there, and now going to throw it away, and that's probably wise. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You don't want to, that's what you needed to do on the pick six, is throw it away from people.
Just get rid of it, and we've seen how quickly this Bronco team can move the ball down the field. A 2nd and 10, especially I think from this point with how the special teams has been going, we're in 4-down territory. I agree with you, Kelly. Throw the ball away, and let's live for a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's not a bad down and distance, and really, anything's better than, the worst case scenario that they had on the last possession with the pick six. All right, so Muasau, empty backfield this time. He's in trouble and gets away from the first guy, throws down the field, but can't get the ball to the intended receiver coming back along the sideline. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10, and that's, or is it 4th and 10? There's a lot of substitutions for 3rd and 10.
Is Hazard? It does look like a lot of substitutions, and here comes the kicker, 47. That gives us clarity about the kicker, Newton Grain. He's also the field goal kicker.
Well, he's not the punter. I mean, this is not a kid who they're doing this because of the struggles of Kang. So we'll see if he does better on a 2nd attempt. But this is the kicker doing the punting right now. And that's just okay.
Generous.
Well, I mean, that's the best punt of the day,
right,
for the Broncos, and it's only going to wind up being about a 28 to 30-yard punt. But the way the punting game has gone today, they'll have to take it. As Kang, I don't know if Kang is injured, but he had three really bad punts to start this game, the freshman from South Korea. So the defense back on the field after they get the big turnover. They can't do anything on the scoreboard with that possession, but they do completely flip the field, and that's big against this dangerous Kilgore offense. Let's see if they can come up with a big play again. Trying to keep an eye on the injured Broncos on the sideline. Joseph, helmet off, he's carrying it on the sideline. Standing there with Andre Hall. We'll see if we see Joseph again. And it's going to be a run, and he's loose. And he breaks the last tackle he needed to. That's Meredith down the sideline. They're going to catch him, but not before a huge gain on 1st and 10 from the 23. Going to knock him out of bounds all the way down to the Bronco 18-yard line. So I'm not going to do that math. It's a huge gain on 1st down from Meredith on the running play.
He's going to be ran out of bounds by number 2, Stilton McKelvey, 6 foot 175 out of Houston, Texas. But we see the Rangers opening up the inside. The pound results in the big possessions, and they don't take any time off the clock.
All right, they got trips out to the right, one back in the backfield. They're going to run the RPO and hand it to him, and it's going to be a decent gain on 1st down. Again, they'll probably give him the 9-yard line. on that. So that's going to be a gain of, well, it's going to be close to the stick. So they're going to measure. Or they're going to say short. Second down in inches. So this will be an opportunity for Cameron Peters and this offense to go up 2 scores. And like you alluded to earlier, you don't want to be down 2 scores to this team at any point in the ball game.
I also want to point out, though, the pace. I know I said this earlier before, but pay close attention to the Rangers' pace. They've slowed it down. They want to control the game and control the tempo.
All right, they run the pistol again, and this will be a keeper for number 2, Cameron Peters. He will have the first down, and that will give the Rangers 4 shots at the end zone here. It looks like he's going to be spotted at the 6-yard line.
We see the play, I guess it would be the backside guard and tackle are pulling. Peters is going to follow them. One of those was number 76, Caleb Leonard, the offensive lineman that was pulling. And Peters, it looked like, got kind of caught up between his big offensive linemen. Couldn't get through the hole. Looked like it was clogged pretty well.
But it will result in a 1st and goal, and they're going to keep it on the ground here. And it's going to be a walk-in touchdown for number 24, Dominique Williams, the starting running back from Marshall, Texas, the freshman, in for the touchdown. And it is now a 2-touchdown lead for Kilgore College. And the big play on first down after the punt just did them in. They couldn't get a stop down here. So it will be Chris Baldazzo looking to add the extra point. Here's the snap. The snap is good. It's down. It's up. And it is good. So 28-14 your score. 3 minutes and 39 seconds remain here in the first half. Thanks for tuning in to Bronco Football on KSVPTV.com. We'll be right back.
Why is your above-ground pool clear and beautiful, and mine is hard to deal with and never looks quite right?
I used to have that problem too until I found Soft Swim from BioGuard at Mays Lumber Company. It's so easy and less expensive than chlorine. Plus, it stays cleaner longer and is not hard on your skin. Just talk to Mary Jane at Mays Lumber Company. She'll set you up.
Get the full line of BioGuard pool and spa care products that even get your water tested at Mays Lumber Company on South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Okay, welcome back. 28-14, Kilgore College Rangers lead the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos with 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. It will be the kickoff specialist, Cashin Cooper, kicking off for Kilgore. Broncos in desperate need of a score here before halftime to get back in this one. Looks like they're going to have their regular return man, Andre Hall, deep. See if he can get a decent run back. He will get a chance as he's going to field this one at about the 1. 2 blockers in front, takes it to the right side and breaks 1 tackle, gets it out past the 20, maybe the 23-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start what they hope is the last drive of the half, as they can maybe get down to get another score on the scoreboard before halftime.
There will be a blocking penalty pushing the Broncos back.
Okay, so they will not start with that field position. They will start deep in their own territory. Probably the 12 of the 13. They're going to say the 11. So that is going to be tough. 89 yards to go here and in desperate need of a score. It will be Muasau in the game. It looks like they've gone back to Joel Jones in the backfield. Can't tell if Beeman is back in the game or not. This angle in the jerseys. Going to run the football with Jones. And Jones will get 4 on first down. I'm not sure if they really have that luxury, but there's still plenty of time to get down the field.
Just a simple dive play, and the purpose of that, they're going to try to set up the screen, set up the play action.
And they will go with the pass here, and Muasau running for his life in the backfield, eludes a lot of tacklers. He's going to take off and have the first down and get out of bounds to stop the clock. So nicely done from Muasau as he showed the fancy footwork and the elusiveness there. And is that Beeman in the slot? Or no, that's Andre Hall. So I don't think Beeman is in the game. So that injury significant enough to keep Beeman off the field, at least temporarily. We'll see what they do. Work on that at halftime, perhaps. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And here's Muasau looking to the right, and he's got his man out of the backfield. Bounces off a would-be tackler and pushes out towards the 30-yard line. Really nice job from Joel Jones, the freshman running back from McDonough, Georgia.
That's what I'm waiting on, the Broncos to go back to more of these quick-hitting plays. They've tried to get Muasau to stop and sit, and the pressure has been really
wide
on
open, wide open. He's got his man down the field and makes a move, and he's going to be to the 30, 25, 20. It's a race to the pylon. He's going to score, and that's number 22.
82.
82 is Christian Hernandez from Roswell High School here in Roswell, New Mexico. So hometown boy Christian Hernandez, and that was, I'm unsure of the distance on that one. I think they were at the 30-yard. Was that a 70-yard strike? But a beautiful pass from Muasau to Christian Hernandez, the old Roswell High running back from a couple of years ago. And boy, showed the moves, showed the speed, and the Broncos get back in it. Newton Grain up to kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Broncos take just a little over a minute to score on that possession, and they get a little closer. They still trail 28-21. We'll take a quick break and be back with more Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos scoring a 70-yard touchdown pass from Kobe Muasau to Roswell native Christian Hernandez. That's his first touchdown at home, at least in his career. He might have one on the road that I'm not sure. I think that's his first career touchdown. Either way, we're going to have a decent run back here by Kilgore. It's number 5, Zeke Freeman. The wide receiver out of Arlington, Texas, gets it out to close to the 30-yard line, and that's where Kilgore will start. Now, you know, you're wondering if you have enough time to score before the half, and then you score in about a minute and 10 seconds, and now you've given this Kilgore high-powered offense 2 minutes and 7 seconds to score themselves, so that puts a little bit of pressure on your defense.
Yeah, and Kilgore they've moved the ball very quick. They've been patient. They've controlled the tempo, but let's not forget this is an offense that scored 49 and 48 over their last 2 games. They're capable of moving the football.
All right, they're going to go with that spread formation they used a lot in the last possession, 3 to the right and 2 to the left, and oh boy, had his receiver, but he definitely heard the footsteps as he takes a shot after dropping the football. way down the field, 20 yards down the field, and that could have gone a lot of different ways.
Freeman is going to be the intended receiver. Pass broken up by number 22, Donovan Jones, the defensive back, his sophomore out of Spring, Texas. As you mentioned, the footsteps were heard. The Rangers trying to set up a post route is what it looked like. The safety did a great job staying home, doing his job.
All right, same formation, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, nobody in the backfield. They're going to run the end around, and he's still on his feet as the Broncos swarm to the football, and it's going to wind up being about a 3 or 4 yard loss. So showing the good team speed on defense there. The Broncos have set up a 3rd and long, and hey, they might have time to score again if they can get a stop here.
Joshua Washington, the defensive end for the Broncos, although he doesn't get credited with the tackle, and although the end around got on the other side of him, I think he did a good enough job of slowing down that end around. And so in a sense, he kept contained by slowing it down and allowing his defensive help to come.
All right, 3rd and about 13. They're going to take a shot down the field, and he's got a man open but can't get him the football. Good route, but just could not get the ball where he needed to, and that will stop the clock with 1 minute and 12 seconds. So might take a good punt return here to get him in position to score. Haven't really seen the leg of Newton Grain to tell you what his range might be, and I didn't notice in pregame warm-ups where he was missing or making them from, but a chance to get into field goal position here for the Broncos.
DeQuavius Bowens, the intended receiver on the play. On the reception, it would have been good enough for a first down to move the chains, but pass came up short, and it's 4th down.
All right, Andre Hall awaits, and we've got a penalty. Let's see who that's going to be on. A penalty on the Broncos would not be enough for a first down. There's going to be no return on this punt as it comes to rest at the 34-yard line, but let's see about the flag.
I think it's going to be on the Broncos and going to be on number 16, Zahir Favors, I believe. The one with his shirt rolled up there, hands on the hips with the white gloves.
Yeah,
I can't get the number, though.
Likely not Favors. Favors is the running back, so that's probably maybe Preston Saole.
Let's see if he turns around here. When the jersey rolls up like that, I stand no chance.
Yeah, no, there's no chance. Could be Marco Loera from Hatch, New Mexico. We'll just have to see. It looks like they are going to. I think they have options here. The
18.
kicking team can take this penalty at the end of the play. No, it's going to be that penalty is going to be on Kilgore, so they will add 5 to the end. No,
other way.
Yeah, it was on the Broncos. So
it was on Joshua Washington, the defensive lineman. The 16s, like we mentioned, becomes 18s, becomes 17s very quickly when the jerseys roll up. But we've solved our problem. Kelly, 1 minute and 3 seconds left for the Broncos. Is that enough time for this offense to score?
That's about the amount of time it took them last time, but it took that huge play on the long touchdown, 70-yard touchdown to Christian Hernandez. So, I mean, options are limited here, and you don't want to give the ball back too quickly. So now what are we? Now we're moving the ball back. I think if they take the penalty, I think they had to decline the penalty because
they would have had to re-kick.
Yeah, they would have had to re-kick, and I don't think they wanted to do that. So they're just going to run the football here, which tells me they're probably okay going into halftime, just down 1 touchdown. 1-yard run from Joel Jones. Might take a shot, but we're under a minute now. And make sure they're set. Oh, they get him to jump. Now you throw it. Oh, no, they're going to stop the play.
It looked like the end on the far side, number 2, Wilburn Smallwood. He's also shares the same number as the quarterback, Cameron Peters. He's on the defensive side of the ball, the far side end. He's going to be the first one that moved across the line of scrimmage.
Well, the officials are going to say he was only
the first one.
Only the first Ranger to go across as he was drawn off by the Broncos. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to put the Broncos in a 2nd and 13 situation with 44 seconds left. Yeah, at this point, I think you'll see maybe just a running play here on the next 2 downs. Unless Kilgore calls timeouts, I think they're just going to be content to run the clock. They're saying to run the clock now, 25 seconds on the play clock, which is not running. 35 and running on the game clock. Oh, they wanted to run it down to 33. Okay. Now they're ready to go. Muasau wants it quickly, but they do just run the ball to Jones. But Jones finds some running room, cuts it upfield, and is down at the 47. Will Muasau call a timeout? He will. I mean, Coach DeFalso will call a timeout. So,
interesting point of observation. Joel Jones, the running back there for the Broncos, had the sideline open, had the opportunity to run out of bounds, which also would have stopped the clock permanently. He chose not to do that. We saw him cut the ball up the field. Although he picked up the first down, the Broncos are going to have to use a timeout. I believe they have 2 remaining.
Yeah, and I think with this, with only 25 seconds left, I'm okay with him maybe trying to pick up extra yardage or maybe break another tackle, just because you had all 3 timeouts and there's only 25 seconds left. So
25 seconds.
I'm okay with that.
Right, for this Bronco offense has been really the difference. We've seen them take deep shots. We've seen them complete the deep shots. And so this Bronco offense and the level of confidence that they're operating on right now, they know that they've scored more points than the last opponent Kilgore played was. That's not to say that that's the standard the Broncos hold themselves to, but going into halftime, even with 3 touchdowns at the minimum, Coach can't feel too bad about that.
All right, here's Muasau. He's going to drive back and look to take a shot. Steps up and throws deep. He's got a man, but overthrows the intended receiver. And it looks like, is that Hernandez again? No, that's Mr. Roll Up Your Shirt.
I do think it's 82. I caught an 82.
Okay, so that is Hernandez.
Now, that's a post route that the Broncos are running with a far wide receiver. Now, the very first touchdown they scored, they ran a similar route, but with the inside slot receiver. So that post route for the Broncos has been something that they've seen some success with.
All right, so they'll try again here. Now they run the running back out to the right, and they throw the screen to him. But he's going to have to get out of bounds. He won't be able to, so timeout is called by DeFalso with he might be asking for a little more time there. I'm not sure he's going to get it. Interesting play call there. Maybe that was a check down, but I think in that situation, if you're not going to go to your primaries, you just got to throw it out of bounds. But, again, there's not a whole lot of time to use these timeouts. Now down to 11 seconds. So what can you do here to try to get one last chance at a score?
Well, and I think the defensive strategy so what the Broncos are going to do is they're going to try to complete some out routes. What we've noticed, though, with the Broncos is that they're able to set up the deep route. They catch those safeties up on top of the Kilgore defense cheating. Next thing you know, these speedy wide receivers for the Broncos are able to catch a step, and Muasau is able to put it right on the money, and that's how we get touchdowns so quickly. So you can expect the Broncos to maybe try to look underneath to catch a few yards here to set up, get them a little closer for either a field goal or to make it easier for a pass to the end zone. And you can expect Kilgore to give up those underneath routes and protect the perimeter. So important now for the Kilgore defense to protect the sidelines. Remember, if the Institute gets out of bounds here, the clock stops.
Now they do have a timeout, and now they've added some time on the clock. So now you can throw across the middle and have a receiver go down if he doesn't think he can score and get the timeout. So a lot can happen here. And Muasau is flushed, and he's going to get sacked. And they'll probably just let it run out now.
Yeah, number 2, we've already called his name this drive, Wilburn Smallwood. He's the defensive end on that far side. He's been such a presence. He doesn't give Muasau any time to breathe. Muasau's uncomfortable, can't set his feet. It's going to be an answer the Broncos are going to have to come up with here during halftime.
All right, your halftime score is going to be Kilgore College 28, New Mexico Military Institute 21. It's been a good one. I'm expecting a good second half as well. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some stats from the first half and some analysis, and we'll have plenty of football action here for you in the second half, live from the Wool Bowl, KSVPTV.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a deer.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Summer's coming, and you're going to want to hit the road for a little well-deserved vacation time. At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Most of the problems that people have with plants comes down to basic farm management. That means knowing what to plant and when to plant it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Planting at the wrong time usually leads to disappointment and heartache, sort of like your first love. But planting at the right moment puts Mother Nature on your side, and that makes growing things easier and a whole lot more fun. So before you plant anything, come to see us at Roswell Seed, or just give it a try and hope for the best. It gives me a chance to say, I told you so.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Calici's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calici's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calici's on North Main in Roswell. Roswell's newest spot to chill out. Hey Roswell, want to work at the...
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl, where the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos trail Kilgore College 28-21 in a sometimes wild first half of football, but it's going to be a good game down to the wire, if you ask me. So still time to get to the stadium if you're close enough. Beautiful day, especially on the home side in the shade. And we've got another hour and a half of football probably to play in this one. Right now we're going to go over some first half stats. So, Tim, what have you got for me?
So let's start with a couple of team stats. Now, these are the stats from the official statisticians. So every stat that you could imagine. I looked at this. I thought it was a rocket science report at first. So one of the numbers that stands out to me is 335. 335 is the total net yards for the NMMI Broncos. To counter that is Kilgore with 215. So 120 total yards is where I want to start. That separates the Broncos tonight from the Rangers. I found that to be very interesting. The Broncos have 10 more offensive plays than do the Rangers, which fits into our thesis about the Rangers wanting to control the tempo. Passing has been the big break tonight for the Broncos. 288 yards tonight is what Muasau has. An incredibly efficient first half when you look at the stat sheet. In terms of rushing yards, the Broncos have 47. Now, we knew there was going to be a big discrepancy between the running yards and the passing yards for the Broncos. This has been the story from Kilgore's defense all year long. We look at what they did last week against Northeast Oklahoma, holding them to only 70 total yards. 21 of those were on the ground. So we knew that the ground game was going to be very, very difficult tonight for the Broncos. Look for them to break through in the second half. Rushing tonight for the Broncos, the leading rushers, Joel Jones, 9 attempts at 35 yards. His longest run was 16 rushing tonight. Total rushing yards doesn't show me on this particular graphic. I got to scroll up. I just said the official running. The total rushing yards are 47. Passing yards, we've said 288 passing yards tonight for Kobe Muasau. 23.
Got your totals at the bottom.
Totals are at the bottom.
Okay.
Very good. All right, Muasau, 288 is the passing yards. We've said all those credited to Kobe Muasau. 3 touchdowns on 1 interception. Muasau is 14 for 23. Now, you look at the line, 3 touchdowns to 1 interception, and you would think that that's a great line. We want to remind you that 1 interception came as a very costly interception. It came as a result of a pick 6. Receiving yards tonight for the Broncos. The lead receiver is number 4, Travian Beeman, 129 yards. 2 touchdowns. His longest reception was of 56. Also want to make note, the 70-yard pass was to Christian Hernandez. He has 2 receptions for a total of 78 yards. Andre Hall also is on the reception list. 4 receptions for 32 yards, long of 13, but an average of 8. Punting, we have seen 2 punters tonight for the Broncos. That's been a story. 2 punts apiece to Kellen Troyer and number 47, Joseph Newton-Grain. 46 yards for Troyer and 39 for Newton-Grain. That gives us an average punt. The Broncos' average punt is only 21 yards. The longest punt tonight for the Broncos coming at 37 yards. So we know the special teams has, in fact, been an issue. Quickly to go over a couple individual stats for Kilgore. Number 0, Burns, is they have Dominique Wilkins as having 25 rushing yards on 5 attempts. Epps also has 2 attempts and 2 yards rushing. Passing, Cameron Peters, like we've said, 132 yards. Receiving, Alden Bradley, 2 receptions for 34 yards. They have a whole host of other receivers at 18, 21, 27, and 29. The 2 receptions tonight with Bradley. And punting tonight, Kilgore, an average of 38 yards punting. So they've outpunted the Broncos by a very significant amount. That's definitely been a story. No field goals. Our penalties under team, they are 5 penalties tonight for the Rangers for a net of 40 yards. The Broncos have given up the same amount of yardage on penalties, but on 1 less. 4 penalties on 40 yards. So, Kelly, our takeaways that the penalties, the fundamentals, haven't necessarily killed the Broncos. They've given up the same amount of yardage as the Rangers have. I think really the one difference was that one interception. The Broncos have shown their ability to move the football on through the air. They've been able to get the ball into the end zone 3 times in that one half, and the offense has kept up with the defense. It was just the one offensive mistake that proved extremely costly.
All right, so yeah, I completely agree with the analysis there, partner. I mean, you had, and not all pick sixes are alike. You know, that we were about to score a touchdown there. That was a pick six when we were deep in the red zone on that play. I mean, we were at least going to get a field goal attempt out of that. So instead, you go all the way back down the field. So that, to me, that's like a 10-point swing. And that's the difference in the game, obviously. So, yeah, good job on penalties, not getting many. You know, that's been an Achilles heel of this team in the past and previously this season. So the penalties have not hurt them, as you said. The kicking game definitely has. And it has been, we may have been misidentifying the original punter, Jin Kang. They're not showing in the official stats as having any punts, so he may be out. And they have, it looks like they started with Kellen Troyer and then moved to the kicker Newton Grain. So I see Troyer out there working on some punts. So this is going to be an issue in the second half. I mean, they're without their regular punter. They're trying somebody else who probably punted in high school in Troyer, the redshirt freshman tight end from Riverview, Florida.
Just something, just some type of life, something that will help us get more than 21 yards a punt. You know, and I think sometimes we forget, Kelly, that football games are 3-faceted. We love to romanticize about the glorious offenses and how great the defenses can be, but this has been a game when we have the number 3 team in the nation playing against the number 10 team in the nation. We really have seen the biggest discrepancy in special teams. It's important for us to remember how important that third leg of the game is, and tonight the Broncos are starting to be able to experience, I should say, that half, but I'm optimistic that they'll get it turned around. Hopefully they don't have to punt at all this next half, and hopefully it's not a talking point at the end of the game.
Yeah, I hope you're right, but I think that the punter will have to go out there at least a time or two in the second half. And if it's going to be, I think they're going to stick with Newton Grain and just let the kicker do the punting. Maybe that's an injury that we weren't aware of pregame, but they definitely are, you know, without their regular punter and the emergency replacement, I think it's fair to say, in Kellen Troyer did not work out. So they're going with Newton Grain. We'll see if they go to somebody else. You know, you might have had somebody in the locker room say, hey, Coach, I was a great punter in high school.
Right.
You know, you just never know.
There's 2 of them right now behind the end zone. I think the other one is Isaiah Gonzalez or maybe Carmelo Whitfield, a bigger player than is Newton Grain, and he's back there with Newton Grain also taking a few reps here. We have about 8 minutes left until we kick things off. The Broncos have already taken the field, but finding that answer, I think that's the biggest question. I mean, one of the thoughts of the game is obviously the punting. That's obviously proved to be an issue. Offensively, the Broncos also have to protect the football in the second half. Down by 7 to the number 3 team in the nation. They've already got their 1 turnover out of the way. They can't be having any more. We don't want to see any of that. They've also got to do a really good job, I think a much better job, of protecting Muasau. I think he's been running for his life. He hasn't had time to set and get comfortable as much as he would like, and we've seen how dangerous he is and the rest of this offense is whenever he has time to throw. The first touchdown of the game coming on a long post route, he had time to throw. A lot of the Bronco air yards have come on short screens. They've come on short slants. Muasau's gotten the ball out of his hands very quickly, but if he wanted to stop and set and throw, I think the Bronco offensive line is going to have to do a better job protecting. They're also going to have to continue with the run game. The run game has not quite broken through, but it's been so dynamic in setting up some of those quick-hitting run plays that have been great for over-the-top plays. So the run game has to continue tonight for the NMMI Bronco offense.
Well, and the other thing we need to talk about that we haven't mentioned so far is that the Broncos have significant injuries in this first half. Starting running back Montage Joseph, injured on the first possession, did not return. Travion Beeman, 2 touchdowns, but then he was hurt and hasn't returned since his injury. So, and then you also have Noah Armijo banged up on a play. So that's 3 of your top playmakers on offense. So it'd be interesting to see if any of those players return, and if they don't, can the backups step up, next man up mentality. We've already seen that a little bit with Christian Hernandez, getting the playing time that with Beeman on the bench. So we'll see. It should be an exciting second half. All right, we are going to take another 4-minute break or so, and then we'll be back for more second half action from the Wool Bowl, KSVPTV.com, and Bronco football.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
Hey Roswell, want to work at the coolest new hotspot in town this summer? Calichi's is hiring. This is your chance to be a part of one of New Mexico's most famous local businesses. They offer flexible hours, lots of chances for advancements and raises, and a work environment that's fast-paced and people-focused. Come join the mission to be the most famous treat destination in all of the Southwest. Stop by Calichi's on North Main in Roswell and pick up an application today. Calichi's. Fresh, fun, and friendly since 1996. Calichi's is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Why is your above-ground pool clear and beautiful, and mine is hard to deal with and never looks quite right?
I used to have that problem too, until I found Soft Swim from BioGuard at Mays Lumber Company. It's so easy and less expensive than chlorine. Plus, it stays cleaner longer and is not hard on your skin. Just talk to Mary Jane at Mays Lumber Company. She'll set you up.
Get the full line of BioGuard pool and spa care products that even get your water tested at Mays Lumber Company on South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to smart home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
All right, we are back getting ready for second half action here from the Wool Bowl. Kelly McDonald and Tim Fuller here on KSVPTV.com. Great first half of action, and it will be Kilgore College receiving the second half kickoff. They won the toss and deferred. They are holding on to a 1-touchdown lead. 28-21 is your score. And Broncos dealing with some things. They are without their regular punter. They are without the nation's leading receiver in junior college football. We'll see if he returns to the field. They are without their starting running back. Montage Joseph is out. Beeman, we'll see if Beeman's going to play or not. I'm scanning the sidelines for number 4 to see if he looks like he's going to play or if he's just going to stand in the second half. I see Montage Joseph with the helmet on, so maybe he's going to be ready to go in the second half. So we'll see, but it's going to be the defense on the field barring a turnover here as Joseph Newton-Grain will kick off for the Broncos. And I expect him to kick around the 5-yard line. We'll see. We got one a little deeper. No, right to the 5. And here we go. And with an opening is number 5, and now he's going to be tackled about the 31. That is Zeke Freeman, who's done a good job returning kicks today. And the Kilgore College offense will be on the field with Cameron Peters, who was very effective in the first half. And along with Caden Meredith, the starting running back, number 0.
Going to be credited on the tackles, number 28, Jamarcus Johnson. We've called his name. He's a defensive back. He's currently the corner on the bottom of your screen. Number 28, Jamarcus Johnson on the tackle on the kickoff.
All right, so it will be Peters from the familiar pistol formation, and it is Dominique Williams behind him, and he will get the first carry of the second half right up the middle, and a good first down run close to the sticks. I think he's going to have the first down. They're already saying move the chains. So 10-yard gain on first down for Dominique Williams, number 24, the freshman from Marshall, Texas.
One note of the game I have for the Broncos defense is speed up Kilgore's offense. Kilgore slowed the tempo down. You see them doing it now. The Bronco defense is going to have to get with it and speed them up.
All right, here's the snap. They're going to run it again, but this time the Broncos all over it, and jumping into the backfield is number 43, and that is Damon Mayberry. He is the standout from Alamogordo, New Mexico, true freshman.
As we've noted earlier, Peters is not reading Mayberry. Mayberry playing as the defensive end in this 3-4 set for the Broncos. That was a give all the way, even though Mayberry gave him a keep key if there was an option. Not an option. That's why the give was straight up the middle.
All right, second down and 13. Ball is at the 39-yard line and flushed out, and that's going to be incomplete as he's hit as he tries to get rid of it. And into the backfield, number 38. That is Alex Pope.
Pope was on the bottom of your screen that time, and if you'll notice, Peters knew he was coming. Pope playing the linebacker. Peters read it, and he told the offensive line, but as soon as the play was snapped, Pope came inside, and he got straight to Peters. But I think it's worth the observation. Peters, before the snap, knew he was coming, and the offensive line for Kilgore just couldn't quite adjust quickly.
All right, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 from the 39. They're going to send 3 receivers out to the left, 1 receiver to the right. An obvious passing situation. And Peters flushed out, and he's going to take it himself. He's going to have first down yardage and more, and that's the dual threat of Cameron Peters, the 6'4", 215-pound sophomore quarterback from Houston, Texas, able to, with that height and that athleticism, just have a lot of options back there in the backfield.
He picks up 16 on the play. The Broncos don't have a spy, so that's always an option for Peters. And you'll notice there at the end of the run, he wasn't going to slide. He wasn't going to slide at all. He ducked his shoulder. He's very physical. He's looking for a Bronco to run over. Rare to see in a quarterback in today's game.
Yeah, especially he's kind of slight of build, so that he probably didn't know quite if he had the sticks or not. And now it's going to be another keeper with him, and he's going to put his head down and push forward for about 4 on first down. He's going to spot the ball at the 38-yard line as we get line substitutions for the Broncos. They do rotate the defense quite a bit.
The physicality of the Broncos is something that the defense really prides themselves in. But what we've seen this drive is Kilgore's presence offensively has not come through the air. It's come on the ground. But they did have Kilgore backed up into a 3rd and long. Peters was able to get out of it through the ground, pick up the first down.
Yeah, missed opportunity there. So Peters will throw this time. And it's a timing pattern, and ball is intercepted. It popped up in the air off the receiver. And we'll get the number for you. Looks like number 22, perhaps, Donovan Jones. 5'11" sophomore from Spring, Texas. No flags on the field.
No, but it does like he might be slow to get up on the far side.
I think they're saying they fumbled, and we're going to have 2 turnovers on the same play. So you have the interception on the ball that was popped up on the slant route. Great job, but looks like he lost the ball at the end of the run and gives the ball right back to Kilgore. So the rare 2 turnovers on the same play, and Kilgore's offense is going to stay on the field. That was wild.
That was very wild. Number 5, Zeke Freeman, the intended receiver for Kilgore. It deflected off of him, and like we said, Donovan Jones on the interception, only for the return to be lost. Kilgore ball, 1st and 10.
So they do gain some field position there, but do not keep the ball on the turnover. There's a run up the middle for about 3, and I believe it's Williams again.
The 5'10", 185 freshman out of Marshall, Texas, shown that he's a bruiser tonight. I'm curious to know how much Kilgore is going to stay patient on the ground. I don't know if they're going to have Peter start to maybe speed things up through the air a little bit.
They've got the trips out to the right for this play. And now he looks for more guidance from the sideline before he takes the snap. Been in that pistol formation all afternoon long. 1 receiver to his left, 3 to his right. He's going to hand the ball off, and it is Williams with a short gain near midfield. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 for Kilgore. Now this is kind of go for it down in distance and part of the field. So really, you've got your whole playbook at your disposal here on 3rd and 6 from midfield.
The Broncos had blitzed off the top of your screen the way that play was being ran from Kilgore. They came inside of it, though, lost contain on the outside. That's how Kilgore got positive yardage.
All right, here's Peters looking downfield. He's got a man wide open. All he got to do is catch it and run in the end zone, and that's exactly what he does. That's number 11, Alden Bradley, the sophomore from Spring, Texas, with the post route, and just not sure where the coverage was on that one. Just a breakdown, and Kilgore makes him pay. Touchdown Rangers, and they now lead 34-21.
It looked like the secondary for the Broncos got dirty eyes. That's what we call it. The Rangers had run a play action, and secondary got caught looking in the backfield. Next thing you know, these speedy wide receivers at the junior college level get several steps on you. You get 6 points on the board quickly.
And the kick is just inside the left upright, and that will make the score 35-21 in favor of the Kilgore College Rangers. We're going to take a break. More Bronco football when we come back on the other side. KSVPTV.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Summer's coming, and you're going to want to hit the road for a little well-deserved vacation time. At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
All right, welcome back. KSVPTV.com. Kelly McDonald, Tim Fuller here sitting in. And we've got another score by the Rangers. They now lead 35-21. Kilgore over New Mexico Military. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back here, down 2 scores. And with this team, with their offensive proficiency, it's going to be tough. You're going to start running out of opportunities if you don't get on the board and start getting some stops to go with it. Kickoff specialist back out there, Cashin Cooper, kicks the ball relatively deep. It's going to go right off his hands and out the back of the end zone for a touchback, as Andre Hall unable to snag that one. Broncos will start from their own 20.
Well, it makes you nervous. We've seen... I'm looking at the wrong roster. We've seen Cooper kick a couple of those where they end up just at maybe the 1 or the 2 yard line. And if Hall had touched it outside of the end zone and then it bounced back, that would have been a safety charged against the Broncos. But first touch was inside the end zone, bounced outside the end zone, counts as a touchback, gives the Broncos the ball in the middle of the field at the 25.
All right, here's Muasau. He's standing at the 20. Ball is at the 25 on the touchback in junior college. I keep getting that wrong. And they're going to run up the middle for maybe 1. So you get a little extracurricular shoving in there, but nothing major. And it will bring up I'm going to give him 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Broncos try to go quick here again. Quick snap, and now they're looking for the screen. He's got it wide open and down the sideline. And that is number 1, Andre Hall, with the first down out near the 44. So a good gain there. And that is all due to that going fast. Defense unable to get their assignment straight, and it leaves the man wide open. Here's Muasau going to hand the ball off. No, he's going to fake and run the slant, and that is number 83, Chris Harbin, the 6'6" target from Mobile, Alabama.
Notice Kilgore has nobody over the top.
Yeah, and that could come back to haunt him here. On play action, as you alluded to earlier, that's going to be everything you can do to get back to the line of scrimmage for number 16, and that's Zahir Favors.
On the tackle, crowding the middle, Caden Kinney, defensive lineman, 6', 290, hometown Kilgore, Texas.
I noticed Noah Armijo is back in the game, so he was banged up a little in the first half, but he's back out there. We have not seen Joseph back in the game, and that's the big guy again, have not seen Joseph back in the game, and we have not seen Travion Beeman back in the game yet. So it's going to be a first down toss to the big receiver, Chris Harbin, again. And love to have that target, wouldn't you? 6'6". And they're going to give him a shot down the sideline, and ill-advised, as he was well covered, and only one guy was going to catch that one, and that was the defender. We got an injured Bronco on the field.
Yeah, that interception dropped by the defensive back number 8, Devion Moses, 6'190" from Pearland, Texas. But I would like to give recognition to number 77 of the Broncos. He's going to be the right tackle. You'll see him when the Broncos are going from south to north. He's going to be on the top of your screen. 6'5", 350. Like I said, he's the right tackle, and he's the one that's keeping Muasau safe on the right side. We've seen him really work very hard today on the protection. It was a keynote of the second half. The offensive line is going to have to really work hard to protect, and so credit to him and the rest of this offensive line. They've been really working hard, keeping Muasau safe. They got to give him time to be able to set up some of these deep routes down the middle, because, Kelly, we've seen no shortage of the Broncos attempting routes underneath, screen passes, short out routes, quick slants. When they have time, the over-the-top is really what scored well for them, but we know that Kilgore has to respect the underneath, which sets up the over-the-top. I don't think the Broncos can win with only over-the-top plays. They must have these little plays underneath. The offensive line working hard to help set that up.
But as you noted earlier, there is no one over the top sometimes. They're kind of cheating up, so there is an opportunity there to catch them if they have the right play call and execute it. So here we go. Muasau looking left. Nobody open, so he throws it to his check down, and that is number 82, Christian Hernandez, who's had a good game today, and he gets a few yards there on – I don't know if I should trust the scoreboard or not. I think it's going to bring up third down and about 7. So 3rd and 7 from the 32, and Muasau getting the play in.
Well, interesting to note here, the Broncos have slowed it down. They haven't gone at a blink speed. Obviously, they're slows most teams fast, but the third down didn't come in at a blink speed.
No, it did not. And now they're going to send 3 receivers out to the right, and Muasau can take off if he wants to. He throws down the middle, and it's going to be another interception and a good tackle made by Diego Nunez. That's another hometown player there, the Goddard graduate, Diego Nunez, with a nice tackle to get him inside the 5-yard line, but another, in my opinion, ill-advised throw by Muasau. It throws into double coverage there, and it's another pick.
Not only is it another pick, it's another drive the Broncos can get some points on that results in the interception. That's not the first time we've seen that tonight. So turnovers are bad enough, and we mentioned one of the keys to the second half for the Broncos is protecting the football. Like you mentioned, though, Kelly, not all turnovers are made equal, especially when you're down 2 touchdowns and you're throwing kind of a Hail Mary pass into double coverage. Ill-advised. I must agree with you. The positive for the Broncos is that they pinned the Rangers back deep into their own territory. Very deep.
Yeah, and who knows what they would have done on 4th down there. They were in that kind of no man's land. So out of their own end zone, here comes Kilgore. They run it up the middle for minimal yardage. Maybe a loss, actually, a loss of a half yard. They're probably going to give him the line of scrimmage. And they've got Caden Meredith back in the game at running back. They pretty much split time between Meredith and Dominique Williams. They've both been pretty effective, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 4, and we'll see if the Broncos can get to Peters. I think you got to go after him here, and that's why fumbled snap and chucked out of bounds by Peters. That's the smart move, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long now from the 4. I think that's why you got to go after the quarterback in that situation.
I'd like to make observation. Not everybody was set there for Kilgore. It looked like they had a couple guys moving, getting set. But it does appear, based on what I'm seeing, Kilgore has 6 down linemen. The lineman on the top of your screen, number 89, that's going to be Johnson. He is a tight end. I'm sorry, Jamison. He's a tight end, but it does look like 6 down linemen for Kilgore looking to push the ball out here.
Well, when you're a tight end, you're listed at 6'7", 255. You're pretty much another offensive lineman, I think. Oh, he's in trouble. It could be a safety. Just chucks it. Can the Broncos get under it? Nobody home. And that could be grounding in the end zone. There's no flag.
Well, the head official, the white hat, is going to be consulting with his crew before he throws that penalty. I'm not sure if he was out of the tackle box.
I don't think he was. I mean, he laid down right there on the A and Goddard. So, boy, I think that's got – now, here's what may have bailed him out. I'm going to say he's hit as he throws. And so that affected where the pass went, and which is true.
There it is.
Oh, and they are going to say it's a grounding in the end zone. So that, to me, that really could have gone either way, but I'm okay with that call, and it's going to be 2 points for the Broncos. And on the safety, so not your traditional safety, but a grounding penalty in the end zone gives 2 points to the Broncos. They now trail 35-23. That is a 12-point advantage. Unfortunately, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, a field goal still gets you one short. So you're still down 2 touchdowns here. But could be a factor late in the game. And it may just be me, but I think they need to turn the lights on.
Right. That is outside my pay grade, my friend. I got to keep myself together with just the little bit I've been given.
All right.
But long story short, that works perfectly within the containment of the not the containment, but within the general picture of the game. That works really well. We were concerned about that touchdown. We were concerned about the interception that was just given up. And so we knew that NMMI had to bounce back with something big defensively, and they did just that.
They absolutely did. They do get the pressure on the quarterback. They force the grounding penalty in the end zone and even get Peters shaken up on the play. So that we'll see if that's a factor going forward. Now we're in a situation where you get a free kick from the 20. So the return man, Hall, will be standing at his 26-yard line. So an opportunity for the Broncos here to have good field position after the safety. But, again, still 2 touchdowns behind.
If nothing changes for the Broncos, we can't get into this careless state. We can't get into we can't be comfortable with carelessness. We got to remember we still have 21 minutes to play football. That is so much football for 2 touchdowns. The defense is playing well tonight, I would say, and so Muasau must remember, if it's not there, throw it away.
Right, a lot of football left to be played, and I agree with you. The defense has picked it up a notch here in the second half. It's exactly what they needed to do. And here's Hall. He's going to take the ball at the 17. He's got a little room. He makes one man miss, goes up through the middle. And, whoa, fellas. That play's long over.
I believe the tackle is going to be credited to Ezeal Jones, a defensive back out of Pearland, Texas. Some of these small towns, Kelly, in Texas, I am a loss about where some of them are. Even Kilgore, I had to look up Kilgore. It's a small town of about 13,000 east of Dallas. It's between Dallas and Shreveport. That makes for a very long trip to Roswell, New Mexico, but we're glad they made the trek over.
All right, so Muasau starts off in basically a spread formation. He does have the one running back with him in the backfield, but he's going to throw on first down. He's going to get it out to Hall, who appears to make the catch. He does at about the 40. So that's going to be a minimal gain of just 3 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have that to work with on second down, 2nd and 7. They go relatively quick here. They're getting the play in. Linemen are not set yet. And now they'll get set. Muasau sends the big tight end back inside. I think that means a run. It does. And they're going to pick up another couple yards on that play, bringing up a 3rd and about 5. So, as you said, plenty of time. I mean, they don't have to hurry. They don't have to pass on every down. There's tons of football left to play here with a 2-score advantage for Kilgore. But the Broncos with all the momentum here in the second half.
Let's see if the Broncos chip away. This is 4-down territory, or they try to get all 5 here.
All right, here's Muasau in trouble, and Muasau will be sacked at the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 12, and that's a punting situation. But here's the problem with the punting situation. You got to roll your kicker out there to do the punting.
Right. It looked like Julian Payne for the Rangers was going to be the one credited with that sack, and he comes off the bottom of your screen. The left tackle there for the Broncos just gets beat. It's the speed on the outside for Kilgore that is really causing fits tonight for the Broncos. Muasau having no time to set his feet and throw.
All right, here is the kicker from Oxfordshire, England, doing the punting, and they come after him, but he gets off a pretty good punt. It's going to bounce and take a Bronco bounce as it rolls out of bounds near the 29-yard line. So for now, the punting game okay. Let's hope they give that young man from Britain a little encouragement as he comes back to the sideline, because he's taking this on, and there it is. As he gets some congratulations, and there's the punter, who is obviously injured there in street clothes. That is Jin Kang. So not sure, and looks like he might have some sort of sling or something. He's got an arm out of a sleeve. So, yeah, that's the issue, as Kang is injured and the only punter on the roster. All right, here we go with Kilgore, and it will be Peters handing the ball off, and that is number 3, Trey Epps. So kind of a three-headed monster for Kilgore in the running game, and all three have been pretty good.
On the tackle, number 62, Airpolo Mahoney. He's going to be the backside defensive end credited with the tackle.
And now Kilgore going fast here. See how quickly they snap it. They line up fast. Here's Peters. Another run for Epps, and great tackle on the end. He might have hurt himself doing it.
It's difficult to see who that is. Maybe 36 is, I should never guess. Rule number 1.
Yeah, with an injured player, we should wait until we're sure of the identity of that player. But we are going to have an injury timeout here. Let's take a quick 30-second break as well. You're watching Bronco Football, KSVPTV.com.
Most of the problems that people have with plants comes down to basic farm management. That means knowing what to plant and when to plant it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Planting at the wrong time usually leads to disappointment and heartache, sort of like your first love. But planting at the right moment puts Mother Nature on your side, and that makes growing things easier and a whole lot more fun. So before you plant anything, come to see us at Roswell Seed, or just give it a try and hope for the best. It gives me a chance to say, I told you so.
All right, we are back at the Wool Bowl trying to identify the injured Bronco, and we think he's going off the field at his own power. It's either 36 or 38, so it's either Colroy or it's Alex Pope. And I think it's Pope. And hurt himself on that really solid open field tackle to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Kilgore from their own 35-yard line. And this will be Peters from the pistol. Maybe trying to get him to jump there. And now see if they change the play. The back is Trey Epps, as it's been throughout this drive for the Rangers. And now they snap it, looking to pass, looking to the flat, and it's going to be Michael Phoenix making the catch at the 45-yard line. 10-yard gain and a 1st down for Kilgore. Well-executed play. Bronco defense was there, but just offense was better on that one.
Just going to be a simple curl route. They got to get 5, go find the chains and look back. That's exactly what happened. Peters and his receivers have such a good cadence. They have such a good tendency to flow together, work together. That's going to result in a Kilgore 1st down.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Epps still the lone runner in the backfield, and he's going to get the carry and brought down by number 23,
Maui.
Sure. Yeah, he's rolled his jersey up, so it's very hard to identify some of those players. Doing our best up here. But a nice defensive play as he got him around the ankles to minimize that gain to about 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8 at the Ranger 46. We're closing in on 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. And the Rangers with the 2-touchdown lead, 35-23. Cameron Peters, the quarterback, from the pistol looking to throw. Quick out to number 11. That's Bradley. And he's taken down by a couple of Broncos there.
And on the defense, number 2, McKelvey, his 2nd tackle of the drive. McKelvey there as a man on an island. He has no help over the top. It looks like that inside It looks like the safety is shading inside, or he was on that last set. So very good for McKelvey on an island. Open field tackle prevents Kilgore from picking up a first down. Now they're in a third down position, but we all know, Kelly, this could very well be 4-down territory.
Could be, and he actually got some help from the defensive end there, Joshua Washington, coming all the way over to help finish off that tackle. But third and certainly manageable too here. They're going to try to get it on the ground, and it will be Epps with about a 5-yard gain and a first down for Kilgore.
The play was made possible by the slot receiver, Zeke Freeman, being able to pin the Broncos, not be able to give them contain. The Rangers able to get outside on the outside block from Freeman. That's one of the reasons why they were able to get around the outside to the hashes, to the sideline, and to the first down sticks.
Also good job by big Caleb Leonard there on the left side of that offensive line. So first down, Rangers. Peters in the pistol. He's going to hand it off up the middle. And this time Epps nowhere to go. He's going to get maybe 1 yard if the spot is generous. I think they're going to say 1 yard for Epps, as we are going to have to run one more play here in the third quarter, as the play clock and the game clock are close, but game clock has a little more on it.
Unitau, the big defensive lineman, 6'2", 295 from Hawaii, was the first one inside. The Broncos electing to go with a 3-3 set. You could say it's a 3-4 set, but they shade out that backer on the top of your screen.
All right, here's the fake reverse and keeper and running room for Peters as he is forced out of bounds at about the 29. See if they might give him the 28, but either way, it's going to be a first down for Kilgore, and they're headed to the fourth quarter with a 2-touchdown lead. We're going to take a break. It's Kilgore College 35, New Mexico Military 23 as we head to the fourth quarter here from the Wool Bowl, KSVPTV.com.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
All right, we are back, and during the break, looking for Travion Beeman on the sideline. I can't locate him. I don't think he's going to be back in the game. I can't find number 4 on the sideline, but first they're going to have to get the ball back on offense and get a stop or two on defense, and right now the Kilgore College Rangers marching down the field. They are at the New Mexico Military 29-yard line with a first down. And it may take another big play by this defense to keep the Broncos in the game. As we head to the fourth quarter, it is Kilgore 35, New Mexico Military 23. And Cameron Peters in that familiar spot in the pistol, as they call it, the short shotgun, is going to be a running play with Epps, and he's got a little hole, takes advantage of it, and he is going to be about 8 yards into Bronco territory, and another good first down gain.
It's the ground and pound that's really starting to take effect right now for the Rangers. They've been patient with it. They've controlled the tempo of the game. They've been very physical, more so than the Broncos have, and now we're starting to see some chunk plays on the ground.
All right, here is Peters giving instructions. He's got 3 receivers to his right, but it looks like they're going to go left, and he's got a man open for the touchdown. It's going to be number 11, and that is Alden Bradley. the 6'2", 185 sophomore receiver from Spring, Texas. And just a beautiful fade there. They go single coverage on the long side of the field, and just too much. Defender really there. You know, the defender, he didn't lose him. He just couldn't locate the ball in time.
Right, certainly not a blown coverage by any means for the Broncos, but it's a very well-thrown ball. We got to remember we're discussing the number 3 team in the nation, and they're number 3 for a reason. They're big, they're fast, they're physical, they run well, they also throw well, they catch well. We've seen it consistently tonight.
We have. There's Baldazzo for the extra point. So that makes the score, should be 42, I believe. Haven't put it up there yet, but it's 42-23 in favor of Kilgore College. We're going to take a quick break and be back right after this on KSVPTV.com.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Even if you swing a golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
All right, we are back from the Wool Bowl. We're going to get an update from Lobos Stadium. The Lobos lead the Aggies in that big rivalry game in Albuquerque. They lead early in that one 3-0. And we were just discussing in the break how really should be able to watch that game for free in New Mexico. That game of all games.
I don't know why it's not on the cable channels.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to watch Desperate Housewives of, some crazy place? Let's watch the Lobos
Or
play.
even if football's on, you're watching North Dakota State against East Dakota, and the Lobos and the Aggies are playing. Let's get that on TV.
Let's get some state pride going on.
Absolutely. All right, we're ready for the kickoff, and the kickoff specialist, Cashin Cooper, he's been busy, as it is 40. They're still saying 41. Do I have that wrong?
I don't think so.
All right, so we think it's 42-23, and here is the run back by Andre Hall, and he gets popped at the 20, and a flag comes in. And a little trash talking going on after the fact.
It's been a little chippy tonight. It's definitely kind of spruced up the more this game has gone along. That's something that you hate to see, the integrity of the game being challenged. But when you have grown men on the field,
yeah, and it's a physical
competitiveness.
Game. Yeah, it's physical game, and a little bit of that is part of it. You don't want to see the obvious flagrant stuff, but we're going to get what's likely a hold or some kind of.
But you do like to see the passion. You do like to see that energy that both teams are bringing. It looks like the Broncos still think they can win the game. It looks like just based on the body language. They have a sense of urgency about themselves. They haven't quit, and that's the sign of great coaching, that they're still playing very hard, even down 3 scores.
All right, here's Muasau. They're going to try the quick end around to Andre Hall, and no dice as he's tackled for a loss at the 6-yard line. They may give him the 7 on forward progress, but that play wasn't really going anywhere, and it looks like they're going to rotate Joel Jones back in the game.
Well, and they have Big Armujo blocking number 26, Julian Payne, 6'1", 205, but he was able to get off the block from the big tight end in time to make the play on the end around.
All right, here we go. 3 receivers to the right. They're going to stick to the running game, and maybe a good idea this close to your own end zone, but it's not an easy path to victory when you're down 3 scores in the fourth quarter. Minimal gain.
I was going to say what's difficult. I don't think I have time with the quick offense to get my comment in.
All right, so we'll go right to it. 3rd and 7. Muasau out to Hall on the screen. Hall's going to have work to do, and he's not going to get it done, as he's going to get out near the 15-yard line. Maybe the 14 is going to bring up 4th and about 4, and that will bring out the kicker to punt. And that's not a misstatement. They're not bringing out the punter. They're bringing out the kicker to punt.
I was going to make the observation the Broncos haven't been able to get outside. They haven't been able to get inside. Muasau hasn't had time to throw. That's really just a testament to the great defense here from Kilgore. They've given up only a combined 35 points the entire year, and we see why.
And here's the kick, and nearly blocked, but he got away with a good one, and a good Bronco bounce is going to roll inside the 40, maybe inside the 35 as it keeps going, and down to the 34. So it winds up being a real good kick as the ball was on the 14-yard line. It goes all the way out to the 34. So I'm not going to do that math, but
the clock was still running. I was bringing your attention.
Oh.
You notice on the bottom of your screen, which is connected to the scoreboard here at the Wool Bowl. I just thought it was interesting.
Well,
considering the Broncos are still very much in this game. I mean, 3 touchdowns for this team, the speed of the offense. Not going to act like if I were a betting man, I would place my money on it, but I will definitely say it is not impossible. The defense has played well tonight, and if they can continue to play physical inside, the offense has the ability to score quickly. So I think we still have a ball game here. Now, the Broncos are going to have to play much better football, and Peters is not in the game for Kilgore.
Oh, they have gone to the backup quarterback with the 3-score lead here in the 4th, so that is interesting. Broncos make a good play on the running play by Dominique Williams, but let's see it. The backup quarterback is likely, do you have a number for me?
24. Were you talking about the
quarterback?
That just ran? 19.
Okay, so they're going with Tyler Webb.
Wait a second.
Waco,
it looks like
Texas.
19.
Yeah, it's 19.
Oh, I'm looking on the Institute roster. Oops.
So Tyler Webb, 6'3", 205 from Waco, Texas. So similar build as Cameron Peters. Peters is listed 6'4", 215. Webb goes 6'3", 205. So that's getting the backup some work here with almost the whole 4th quarter to play. That's interesting. And nearly a good play, but now Williams is loose down the sidelines. He's got a big hitter as he gets it well into Bronco territory. They're going to spot the ball at the 43, so big gain for Williams.
Just bounced outside in the backfield there for the Broncos was the 6', 210-pound linebacker Nathan Wallen. He was there in the backfield, and we saw Williams be able to just bounce it outside. I don't think that play was intended to hit outside. I think Williams had to improvise, start inside, and then bounce it outside. Resulted in a big gain.
All right, so the backup quarterback, Tyler Webb. Ty Webb, you got to love that, Caddyshack fans. They're going to go with the running game again, and a good gain on first down. It's going to get, looks like 6 yards for Williams, I should say. And, the Broncos are really kind of down to their last strikes here defensively. I mean, they've almost got to get stops all the way to the end here, barring, something strange happening. And at this point, it's almost got to be a turnover.
And it cannot come. I mean, they're giving Kilgore so much time that Kilgore is happy to just let this clock milk down. If the Broncos were going to stay competitive, they would have had to force turnovers quickly and or result the drive 3 and out.
Here's a little out pattern. Nice throw from Ty Webb. And near the sticks, we'll see where the spot is. It's going to be first down. They're already saying move the sticks. So exactly what they needed there. 2nd and 6. They get 6 yards on the out. And good execution from the backup quarterback. And I'm calling him Ty Webb just because of Caddyshack. His name is Tyler Webb. I don't know if he goes by Ty or not. I'll call him Tyler.
The clock does run after first downs with the exception of being inside 2 minutes. This is the very first year throughout all of college football. This rule has been rolled out, so that's why on the bottom of your screen the clock is running, different than high school rules in New Mexico.
And unlike the pro game, they actually wait until the sticks are set, however, to start that clock. And here goes Tyler Webb on the keeper. He's going to score as he dives to the pylon. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 5, but what an effort by Tyler Webb. Comes into the game as the backup quarterback, and he has marched Kilgore all the way down the field And they're going to have first and goal at the 5.
That's 26 yards, and he's just there, and then he's not. And that's a weapon that Webb has. You've got to love to see Kilgore's versatility, their ability to throw the ball well, their receivers playing one-on-one outside. It looks really good. Their quarterback play, like we said, Peters in week 1 was named the NJCAA Division I Player of the Week on offense. So from the backup, just the depth, you love to see it.
All right, we're going to get a timeout Kilgore here, so we'll take a break as well. You are watching the New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football here on KSVPTV.com. And the Broncos trail 42-23, 8:51 left in the fourth quarter. Be right back.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
All right, we are back to the Wool Bowl. Lights are on, and they're about to turn out the lights on the Broncos. I think if Kilgore can get this one into that blue end zone on the north end of the field, they've got first and goal at the 5 with backup quarterback Tyler Webb after his long 25-yard run previously. High snap. It's going to be Webb again trying to get in himself. It's going to be close. Can they push him across? No, the Broncos hold him at about the 1-yard line. And ball comes out, and they take off the other way, but they're going to say progress was stopped.
Donovan Jones is the one you see running away from that pile with the football, but progress was stopped. Webb was held up, and we just see how many of those gray helmets come to Webb's defense when he's caught up there in that pile. The Broncos are pushing and pushing and pushing, but Kilgore's just pushing back, which is one of the signs of a tremendous football team. Kelly, they're number 3 in the nation, and I will say I think we see why tonight they've earned it. You're always kind of nervous to see what kind of team you're going to get after a 9-hour bus trip and an overnight trip, but Kilgore tonight has earned it.
They have. They're a solid football team, obviously, and worthy of that ranking. Nice play as number 27, I believe. That is, Marcus Works, the defensive back, getting into the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. So third and goal from the 3, and the Broncos in desperate need of a stop here. I think if they do get the stop here, that Kilgore would kick the field goal because that would put them, well, that doesn't really help them, does it? What's the it's in the 9?
You're going to ask me to math. I'm a much better
19?
Describer of the football action than mathing.
So 18, it really doesn't help them. They'll probably go for it. So I'll change my assessment there. Oh, and they're going to have him with another big loss with the sack. So I think the kicker will come out now, and let's see if we get a bunch of substitutions. We will. So with a 19-point lead, looks like it's going to be, they're going to try to get it to 22, and that makes sense, I guess.
Number 33 for the Broncos, Dawson Chapman, going to be the linebacker credited with the sack. That was a design run by Webb all the way.
All right, here's Baldazzo from 25, nearly in the center of the field, little to the right hash side, and that kick is up. That kick is good. So 3 more points for Baldazzo, and that makes it 45-23, a 22-point advantage for Kilgore College. We'll take a break. 6:24 remains here in this one from the Wool Bowl, KSVPTV.com, and Bronco football.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Calici's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calici's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calici's on North Main in Roswell. Roswell's newest spot to chill out.
All right, welcome back to Wool Bowl. The Kilgore College Rangers have kind of blown this one open. They are up 3 touchdowns. They've got the 22-point lead, 45-23, with just 6:24 remaining here in the ball game. And their last drive was put together by the backup quarterback, Tyler Webb. Broncos will get the ball here. That's a pretty deep kick. That's going to be a touchback, come out to the 25. And we'll see if it's Muasau coming out to lead the offense here. I think it will be. I'm not going to speculate too much on what Coach Fausau will do, but I think he wants to see, his first-team offense have some success here at the end of the game. Whether or not they can actually come back 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes is a tall task.
It is a very tall task. For the audience watching at home, there was no wind behind that kick. That was all the leg of Cooper.
Baldazzo.
Was Baldazzo the one that kicked that. All his leg to carry that deep in the end zone.
All right, here's Muasau in trouble, and he gets sacked. Ball is out. Ball is still out. And Kilgore was celebrating initially, but I'm not sure we're going to say Broncos maintain possession. Will be a loss on the play on the sack of Muasau as they really came after him there.
Well, it's still kind of a confidence builder for the defense anytime you're able to knock the ball loose and get the offense off their game, out of their rhythm.
So they've gone to the tight formation here, which we haven't seen since the first quarter. If I recall correctly, send a man in motion. That is Jones, and now Muasau in trouble again in the pocket and escapes momentarily, but now he's going to be sacked at about the 11-yard line, and that is is that 21? I think it's 21. Chris Robinson, the linebacker from Harker Heights, Texas, with the big sack of Muasau, and that's going to bring up 3rd and a lot. So let's see where they spot the football.
The penalty decline, penalty falling on the Broncos, a holding penalty is declined. So third down.
You'll take the sack yardage and the loss of down instead of the penalty.
25. Yep, 24.
All right, 3rd and about a quarter of the field. And there's the quick slant, and the tight end cannot hold on. That's just a drop for big tight end from Taos, New Mexico, Noah Armijo, as he was looking to get a lot of that yardage and forgot to catch the ball.
Very well-designed play. The Broncos going to send somebody out, and then they're going to send Armijo on just a quick slant route, and they're going to have some opening there. Kilgore has a couple different options about how they want to defend that, but that time looked like Armijo could have had a little bit of room to run.
Yeah, probably wasn't going to get the first down.
No, that's not what I'm saying, but he would have picked up. It was a well-designed play is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. All right. Here is the kicker back to punt, and he has shanked this one. That one will not reach the 30 and bounces backwards, so that will go out of bounds at the 25. So that is going to net just 14 yards on that punt.
The average at halftime was 21 yards. The average punt was 21 yards. You would think the Broncos would have changed something between halftime and now regarding the punting situation.
Well, I think the answer to that is that they don't have anybody. I mean, once again, you only have one punter on your roster. So they tried somebody initially in the game, obviously someone who's done some punting at the high school level, but then they just have to go to Newton Grain, the kicker, and see what he can do. But just because you're a kicker doesn't mean that you can punt as well. I mean, sometimes you have that, but sometimes you don't. He's done his best out there, but they don't have another punter. That's got to be the solution. And if there's another punter on the roster, they're not being very vocal about it. They don't want to get out there and punt. So good play on defense there as they get the quarterback Webb for a loss.
I think it's Uniteo, 64. We've called his name several times tonight. 6'2", 295. He's been a disruptive force on the inside for the Broncos, now resorting to a 4-3 defense, expecting more running from Kilgore.
Instead, they get a chance at a pick six, and they can't reel it in. A perfectly played defensive play on the quick out there, and he would have been a foot race to the end zone, but couldn't come up with the catch.
Johnny Fano, number 36.
Boy.
Playing on an island on the top of your screen by himself, had his hands on the football, but Kelly, getting your hands on the ball is sometimes not enough.
Maybe that's, the old joke is that's why you're a D-back and not a wide receiver, but that would have been 6 the other way. All right, here we go, and it's going to be the little flip forward, technically a forward pass, and it's going to stay in bounds. No, he is going to go out of bounds. I was going to say smartly stays in bounds, but it will be number 4, Michael Phoenix, looking to get extra 2 yards but stop the clock. I think at this point the 2 yards don't matter near as much as 30 or 35 seconds off the clock, but it will stop it, and it's going to bring up 4th and 5. We're going to get another kick.
Well, they're playing hard. I mean, Phoenix there was able to get out of bounds. He got a couple more yards and got out of bounds on the second effort. So Kilgore is playing hard. They're playing physical, even up by 3 scores.
All right, 36-yard attempt here for the kicker Baldazzo. He made his last one. This one looks good too, and it is good from 36 yards out. So that makes the score 48-23, and I think we can safely say that Kilgore College is going to get the road win today against the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos with just 4 minutes and change left to play. The second unit has scored twice now on the Broncos here in the fourth quarter. All right, we'll take a quick break and be back for the end of this one. Thanks for tuning in, KSVPTV.com for Bronco football.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
All right, welcome back. We've got yet another Kilgore kickoff coming here from the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. Beautiful evening here. It's in the low 70s. Whole field in the shade, or practically the whole field in the shade now, but it's been all Kilgore College here. 48-23 your score, and looks like going to be returned this time. Fielded at the 1 by Andre Hall. Looks for a little seam, but he is tackled. Nice open field tackle by number 7, and that is Jermari Seals, the linebacker, sophomore linebacker from Houston, Texas. And so Muasa on the offense will get another chance to maybe end the game on a good note at least. The outcome really not in question at this point, but you'd like to see him move down the field, especially against what is probably some Kilgore backups at this point.
Yeah, looking ahead for the Broncos. Looks like they're going to have an off week next week. And they will host Tyler Community College here at home at 3 p.m. on October 7th, if I'm reading this correctly.
Okay, short pass to Joel Jones is going to net the Broncos about 5 yards there. 2nd and 5 from the 25. And Muasau gets everybody lined up, waits for his receiver to come set, and he's ready to go. Takes a snap, looking to throw, steps up, and now across the middle, nicely done to Andre Hall. And that's the best offensive play we've seen from the Broncos here in quite some time. They get to the line quick and ready to go. And go to the flat to number 82. That's Christian Hernandez, Roswell High graduate. Gains about 4. And once again, they go quick. 3:12 remaining now. Muasau looks to his left, and now he's going to run it. And there's going to be a hold on the Broncos, and it's going to negate a long run from Muasau. But don't go down the field yet, black shirts. You're coming back.
Yeah, I suspect Joel Jones could be the perpetrator of this holding penalty. Looked like he was laying on his defensive assignment. Running back stepped up to help protect. Once we saw Muasau get out of the pocket, we also saw Jones laying on his defender. So, like you said, that's going to back the Broncos up. And, I don't think that – I think the real story for the night was just the efficiency of Kilgore's offense. I mean, when we think about the offense for the Institute, they didn't score at all this half, so that's obviously concerning. But really, I think it was just such a very impressive feat was Kilgore's offense. I think they scored on what seems like practically every drive, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. It's just very, very physical offense.
Well, the defense pretty physical on that play as Muasau gets sacked at the 31-yard line. I've been impressed with their consistency as well. They have a lot of weapons on offense, but the defense has been pretty good too. As you noted, the Broncos unable to score here in the second half, and maybe just wore them down over the period of the game. 48-23 your score. We're 2 minutes and change now from the end of this one. Broncos with a 3rd and 20. And lots of time for Muasau here. And a great catch over the middle. My goodness.
No, the back judge is calling that
incomplete.
Okay.
So Quinones goes up, gets the ball, but it must have moved when it came down toward the ground. Let's see if the Broncos go for it here on 4th and 20. I know.
Why not?
Well, giving up another score is actually. I don't think. I think Kilgore would go victory formation here if they fail in this 4th and 20. So yeah, I can get on board with the why not there. So Muasau with trips to the right, one receiver to the left, thinking he may go left here and try the single coverage. He goes over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Interception would have been better, actually. Instead, it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's where Kilgore will have the ball at the 31-yard line. And with 2 minutes and 3 seconds the clock stops on the turnover.
The pass breakup by number 7, Jermari Seals. I think we've called his name several times tonight. It's great to see how some of these players out of Houston and Dallas are also mixed into a group of players from small towns like Harker Heights, Texas, and Duncanville, Texas, Marshall, Texas, kind of a geography lesson on small Texas towns.
Yeah, and almost the whole roster from Texas, only a handful from outside the state lines. So this is definitely a Texas team, as opposed to New Mexico military as team or players, I should say, from all over the globe. All right, they don't go victory. They're going to run the football here. and a decent gain on first down for Kilgore, but they will just let that clock run. We're down to 1 minute and 45 seconds. So,
yeah, I don't think they had enough time. It wasn't within 2 minutes. I think they took that snap somewhere around 2:03. I think you can victory at 2 with the 40-second mark.
Well, I mean, that's assuming you're not willing to turn it over on downs. I mean, you can just victory, and I mean,
very true. Turn it over.
I mean, it's not like you're going to lose if you don't hold on to the football. So a keeper from the quarterback there for no gain, and they can take it down well inside a minute. They can run one more play here, and then it'll be close as to whether they have to run the fourth down play.
Yeah, I think so. This will take them down to about 35.
Yeah, so they can.
I don't think they will take a fourth down play. I don't think.
Right. They'll have to snap it one more time, but I think this could be a victory formation if they want to.
But they also have the second team out there.
Well, they've actually got the third-string quarterback out there now, and that is number 14, Mason Welch, another big quarterback, 6'4", 230, and one of the few from outside Texas. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he'll run the keeper, and he'll lose a yard, but that should do it, as there's 26 seconds left in the game, and the play clock is more than that. So should have the teams coming out to the middle here, as Kilgore is going to get the win. Final score, and they have an injured player, so they have to stop the clock.
The injured player is going to be the Broncos' number 23, Rylan Maao from Hawaii. Slow to get up. Will the clock restart, though, when the official blows his whistle?
Yeah, it will. But technically they do have to stop the clock here. I think, an official, I'm all for them doing it the right way, but in this situation,
well, look, they are.
They can just roll it.
They are rolling it, yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't see an official tell them to do that, but they are rolling the clock here, and this will be the ball game. So your final score, Kilgore College 48, New Mexico Military Institute 23. And the Broncos will fall to 2-2 on the year. I don't expect them to drop too far in the rankings, if at all, losing to the number 3 team in the nation. Kilgore goes to 3-0. And from what I've seen today, I think they've got a shot at winning the Junior College National Championship. All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back for a final word before we sign off from the Wool Bowl on KSVPTV.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday, to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl as we see the good sportsmanship and the players exchanging pleasantries after the game. This one was all Kilgore College, however, as they pick up the victory, 48-23. Kilgore, as I said earlier, they're going to move to 3-0 on the season, and they will play. Did you say that they're off? They're not off next week. They're going to play Navarro College next week at home. So
that's Kilgore's schedule.
Yeah, Kilgore's going to play Navarro College next week at home.
NMMI beat Navarro last week.
And that is the team that New Mexico Military beat last week. So Kilgore with a real chance to go to 4-0, I think, on the season. As for the Broncos, they are going to be at Blinn College. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time, so that'll be at 6 p.m. our time from Brenham, Texas, as the Broncos try to get back above 500 next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to my partner for the day, Tim Fuller. I also want to give a shout-out to our camera crew. That's Roy and Jocelyn Smith. And, of course, our producer, Tanner Todd. As always, excellent job. Thanks for tuning in to KSVPTV.com for Bronco football. Our next telecast will be in 2 weeks, I believe, and that could be an ESPN Plus game. I'm not sure, but you can check the New Mexico Military website for that one. Once again, Kelly McDonald and Tim Fuller from the Wool Bowl. Thanks for tuning in. KSVPTV.com for Bronco football. Have a great night.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.